All right, let me check the thingamabobs. All right, popped up on YouTube. Uh,
Damn, I'm kind of mad at my upload speed right now.
mm,
I definitely cannot think of a goofy. Fuck.
all right.
Put that nigga in a box.
Have you played MGG? Have you played with the mark clip feature on here?
Um, Not like during the cast. I know about it, but I haven't been using it no.
So
Cause I
whenever we're switching between segments, try clicking on that so that when we're doing the edit after on, it'll automatically basically have it split up for you.
got you. All right. Hope that means we good now. Oh, I'm gonna stop and go live again. Okay. Now we should be good. All right. Three, two, one. Fake clap. Welcome to the AfrOtaku podcast, episode 56, the podcast where we talk about anime, manga, and everything else. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-hosts who will introduce themselves starting right now.
Hey, it's player 5.
What's going on? It's Joe.
What up? What up? What up? I am Gramps.
All right, getting right into story time. Our first topic for today is another anime question. This one is, what anime characters best describe you or your personality? For us, I think we're capping it at the three best, and then going from there. So, who wants to kick it off?
So let's go one at a time for each of our characters, just so it can give me a bit of time to think about my third.
I
Because
like that.
I think
So,
I'm
I
a
mean,
mix up. Because I think I'm a mix of three people.
all right, I got one already. This one is not a big majority of my personality, but I will say he's in there lurking, and that's Mikey's dark side. There's like
Oh,
there's like a nigga in there that just immediately goes to violence
oh,
to solve problems. I'm just being real. There's a nigga in me who just immediately goes to violence, and I immediately have to shut that nigga down. So like I be just like regular stuff be happening, right? Somebody cut you off in the road. That Mikey nigga is like, you should draw the fuck out. You should shoot his whole tires out, do all this. And I'm like, yo, chill out, bro. We don't need to take it there. He's not a big percentage, but there's always that Mikey whisper of just like, go crazy, nigga.
Bro, so you telling me that there's a chance, a non-zero chance, that I could piss you off and you can shoot me in the back?
I feel like that's true for most men. Hey, I love the quote from, I'm not a Kevin Samuels fan, but I do love this quote, which is that he was talking about something about how men interact, right? And how it's different from women. And he was saying with men, there's always a low level threat of violence, which is why we operate and talk with a certain level of respect for each other, because we know there's like a chance that you go left and the nigga's willing to shut that shit down. I feel like that bad Mikey is my low level threat of violence in the back of my head. It's just like, hey, bro, you know, You know you could draw him. I'm like, I probably can't, but like, you know, he got that Mikey confidence.
Bro,
I ain't the killer, but don't push me.
Right. That's my one. And like I said, small percentage, because I don't want people clipping this later and say, "Oh yeah, this nigga real violent." No. Very small percentage.
I mean,
He's
I
here.
hear you, but I
We
feel
thought-
like, I feel like there's a reason he's the first character you mentioned, though. So,
They said we thought he was Mr. Good Guy.
I mean, it sounds more
Hey,
like his
bro.
title is kind of like a goal, more so than a
They
true
both. Hey, you can put it that way. That's fine.
That's respect, though. You know, it's all about what you try to do actively. That's what's up.
Right.
Watch out for
I'll go ahead with my first one, just cause like as soon as I saw him, I immediately felt it. But Choji Akimichi, bro, from Evan OG Naruto. This fist weighs more than life. Like after that, I was like, yeah, that's a real big motherfucker right there, dude. It's just like to me, he was like the perfect balance of which at least, well, maybe not perfect, obviously, but he was that balance of good nature, goodwill, big fella that just just trying to get by, trying to live life, being happy, being courteous, but at the same time, you f with his people, you gonna get got. All right, like you're gonna get messed with, you're gonna get stomped out. If a problem situation happens to you or the squad, it's just gonna happen, and that's what he's shown in dubs. And then also, not to mention why he's a real one. We all know his bae, and we all know his child, and pretty much the fam life that he supports also. So all around, Choji's just a real mother effer, and I like to see myself as that as well. So,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I fucks with that, and. If I can think of anybody who can be one of the people on the chairman of Big Niggas, I can definitely see him on that.
Oh, 100%.
And matter of fact, we got to actually come up with that one day. If we can come up with 10 niggas who could be on the chairman of Big Niggas, the Big Nigga Society, who would be the chairman of it, we got to do that.
Leona, bro. Mira Leona is definitely the chairman, at least for right now, bro. Hey, who's stepping up to her? Who want to run the fade, bro?
No. So we would have 10 chairmen. But then we have a bunch of random citizens who are just people who are in the Big Nigga Society. So they're not the ultimate big niggas, but they're still qualified as big niggas so they can live into this community.
Ah, got you. Okay. So like a council of big niggas, basically.
Yeah. We got
Mira Leona on there. I still stand by Mira Leona on there.
He said she's president.
If they ever create a president position, she taking it. You ain't saying nothing about it.
Bro.
Right.
It's bigger niggas out there, but we ain't gonna get into it today.
You said Mira Leona's a treasurer? Oh yeah, we gotta say that's gonna be a future, probably next episode. That's a discussion topic, guaranteed.
I'm just little tidbit, Broly a big nigga, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
There's both big niggas out there, but I'm gonna go ahead and get mine. One character I think that is like me, I'm gonna knock the easy one out. I think Senku. I don't think I'm that smart, but I feel like you can't spend more than 3 hours with me and not hear like a science tidbit or me relate something to science. Like it's pretty much my entire life. I fuck with science heavy. So yeah, and as a science teacher, like I said, I enjoy it. Sometimes I play clips of that man getting down. Senku.
I feel that.
That was actually one of the people, or at least one of the smart niggas from his manga that I was considering adding for mine, because I'm like, oh man, I fucks with technology and like logical shit hard or whatever. I'm like, but I can't do Senku. That nigga is way too high of a caliber for me to try to choose or whatever. But I definitely fucks with that one. Well, since y'all niggas know that I be up in the gym here and there. Y'all niggas know I gotta go with somebody who be making them games. So as soon as I saw this character, I was like, yo, that's the white version of me, the nigga Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
No.
That's my nigga right there.
Oh my god.
Punching through bricks. Wow. Got it. That nigga Armstrong was like, "Hey, bro, I know y'all be doing that clapping hand shit and all that. No. My alchemy is gonna run off me punching the shit out of things." He literally just punches shit and then it works. I was like, "All right, Armstrong."
I mean, could he technically be like the Rock Lee of that society?
Hell no, that's his
because he's
sister.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, that's got to be his sister.
Yeah.
I don't know.
his sister
She has
was-
too much respect. She has too much respect to be considered the Rock Lee of that society because she's whooping a lot of niggas ass.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Rock Lee should have been. She ain't got no alchemy powers. She just a dope ass general.
That's true.
Yeah, he should have been. Yeah, that is true.
So yeah, for my second one, since I already talking about Naruto, it's gonna be Shikamaru. Player 5 said for Senku, do I think I have strats on the level of Shikamaru strats? No, but I am strategic, one, and two, his whole persona of like I'm only doing this shit because I have to is like my stilo of just like, yeah, I got you. I don't want, like, can somebody else do this? No, alright, I guess I have to do it type shit. Like, I just liked his personality and I felt like it aligned. And Shikamaru is like the type of person where if you meet him for the first time, you're 100% sleeping on that nigga. Like, you would not expect him to be like where he is.
Sure.
And I like that about his personality as well. I think it aligns with how I see things. I don't really go out there and try to be in people's face with what I know. I kind of just sit back and observe.
True.
So yeah, that's my
That
second.
makes sense. My second is gonna be a little bit of a flip, but I actually see a lot of myself in Zaraki Kenpachi.
Oh, see, but y'all coming at me for being violent. This nigga is 100% on violence.
Let me finish though. It's not because of the violence though. That's what it is. It's more just about like just a straight like excitement and energy that I may not be having like 24/7 365, but like if I'm in the club or if I'm dropping beats or like feeling music, that's where that Kenpachi energy comes from. Because like it's like the whole nother side, just be like, let's get up in there, or like turning up with a squad, after having like 3-4 shots or something, like Zaraki Kenpachi peekaboo, like let's go. So like that energy of just like, oh, we about this like today, like I'm pretty much just straight on that. So it's like once you see that side of me, and like compared to like let's say I don't know, like you're a co-worker and we're just working together, like that's when you're gonna see just like typical Jugga, like chill, just trying to get work done, whatever. But then like you see that flip switch, it's like, oh, this bass kind of hot. I bet, let's get up in this. And that's where the Zaraki Kenpachi comes out. Dance battles, I don't give a fuck. Want all the smoke all the time. There's a beat on the background. I mean, it's like, anyone can get it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So like that's where it's like completely just brain shift there. And with Zaraki, he represents that completely. So
Got you. Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense, dude.
Yeah, I feel like if they had a fighting anime where it was actually based on dance
battles,
you would definitely.
I've been trying to say
the
this for a
Kenpachi.
minute.
Yeah, no, we did.
Hot, dude.
You did bring this up before, yo.
I'm saying a dance battle anime in general, like even if you just think about like the other topics and just what anime studios are doing with that, with just like F around Yuri on Ice is a perfect example, right? I mean, like you got like the smoothness, you just have like just pure ice skating that they made into like big money effing anime. They could definitely do the same with dance battle. I even think there's like not a ballet one, but like what is that? Like I cannot think of that kind of dance. The point is that there is dancing anime out there, but just I haven't found any dance battle ones, and it's like, why not? But anyway.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point.
So since Player 5 is having technical difficulties, I guess I'll go ahead and throw mine in. So this one definitely has something to do with what I'm doing right now. Getting my eat on. Just finished 2 freaking Five Guys burgers and not doing a large fry. So I gotta go with the biggest thing that connects with me, because this one is definitely one of my top manga and anime. You already know. Yep. And from that, the nigga who goes in all the damn time, my nigga Toriko. Y'all already know.
Okay.
Y'all already know.
I can see.
So with me being a huge foodie and having to devour everything that's in front of me, especially if it's made out of potatoes. Oh yeah, I gotta go with them all day.
Damn.
So that's my eating side, or just my love of eating large
You
amounts
got
of
like
food.
the swole aspects of it too. I mean, fuck.
All right.
Like,
I'm glad you
oh,
brought that up because I forgot about my last one, but that helped me remind me of who
Ah,
that one was.
uh-huh.
It's not Toriko though, but
Mm-hmm.
um, someone asked any of y'all gonna get Elden Ring. We're actually gonna talk about it later in the podcast, so stay tuned. But I don't have it yet. So for me at least, my last one is really a tie because I need to get these 2 points out as far as my personality. So I'm just gonna say it's a tie for two. The other one, who I wanted to say instead of Shikamaru, but I felt like Shikamaru was his own thing, is Usopp. I feel like Usopp fits me if I'm being honest about myself, right? Like a lot of people could look at One Piece or look at anime or manga and they feel like, oh yeah, I'm definitely this person, I'm definitely that person. But if you think about yourself in that actual world, would you really be that person? And I feel like Usopp is the perfect example of who a lot of people really would be in the world, but pretend they would be a Zoro or a Sanji. You know what I mean? Like when you go in there, you're really up against these monstrosities. You really gonna be like Zoro and Sanji, or are you gonna be more like Usopp? So I feel like Usopp, from that perspective, is somebody I align with. Also, I think Usopp is kind of like a jack of all trades type of character, especially more in the beginning of One Piece. And I feel like that aligns with me. Like Usopp has been the chef, the shipwright, all types of things for the crew throughout the entirety of the show. Um, and I felt like that's what aligned with like his interests. He just was like, "Hey, bro, this is some shit I can figure out. Let me figure it out. I can't throw the hands, but I can do all this other stuff." So I align with him on that as well. Plus, he had some early strategic stuff in the beginning, which is one of the draws to his character for me. So I feel like that also aligns where I'm at. Um, then the other one, because Gramps brought up foodie stuff, and I was thinking I'm a person who one loves to eat, but also I really really love to cook. So for me, I felt like the chef character that aligns mostly with that is Shoma for me. I think I'm as amazing as Shoma in cooking. Yes, but I'm not. Am I in reality? That probably not. But what I will say is that I feel like his cooking journey aligns a lot more with mine, where it's just like he wasn't really professionally trained. He's just a nigga that loved how to cook, and he loved to cook and just combined a bunch of shit together. And then eventually he's up here competing with the best of the best. So I feel like his cooking journey and like how he cooks aligns a lot with how I like to cook, which is just like, let's just take a bunch of shit, put it together, but like in this unique and creative way. So they're kind of like tied because I feel like those are like the other bigger parts of me as well. But yeah, that would be my four, technically three, if you want to say. But
Yeah, he cheated, y'all.
You go with that. You with us, P5?
I'm back.
all right,
All right.
You want to jump in real quick with your second character?
Sure. My second character, y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, my second character was going to be Murasaki Bara from Kuroko no Basket. That's the big tall nigga with the purple hair. Big homie.
The 7-inch wingspan, my nigga.
I'll pick him because, like, one, not only have I always been really like the big homie, like the tallest, biggest nigga around in most cases, but also like our attitudes while playing is very much the same. Like I've always been that person, like, oh, I don't really care that much about football. I just kind of play it because I'm big as hell, but then be like dominating kids. You know what I'm saying? Or then like, and then his mentality, I instantly connected with him because I always had the same mentality in sports where people be like I always hate the people that be like rah 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 and in my face. And I'm like, bro, get out my face and just go win. You feel me? I don't need to hear all that hype up. Go with the dude ass in front of you, and I'm gonna do the same. And if we all do it, we should win, right?
Right.
That sports mentality, which I know is not the best team mentality. I probably ain't the best teammate, sorry. But you can guarantee I'm gonna do my fucking part, you do your part, and let's meet in the middle.
Right.
So, me and that dude got very similar mentality when it come to like teamwork and sports and stuff like that. So Murasaki Bara.
That's funny as hell. That's a new lens to look at you through for sure. I'm like, yo, it makes a lot of sense.
But it's
I'm not
funny though, considering. But it's funny considering that the man became a football coach. So that nigga went from being, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about it. I'm just playing it because, whatever.
But isn't that how Murasaki Bara probably would end up? He probably would end up as somebody coach because that nigga like, yo, what they paying me? Shit.
I mean, if y'all want to win, y'all gonna put in the work. But if not, shit,
Right.
it's whatever.
Yeah. I guess I'll just go ahead with my third here. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I think he's freezing
Oh, I think
again.
homie
Yeah,
froze
he's
one more
freezing.
time. Damn, should have had him do his third already. Whoopity whoop.
Dio got his ass.
Say world.
Yeah, man, he froze with that prayer. He literally froze with the Dio. Like, yeah. Oh, that was funny. That will be good now. Okay, my third is gotta be, which I kind of see as like a mix of I guess it's more about like what I was talking about before with like why it attracted me to Choji, but this was more as like a take care of your squad when they need it. But gotta go with my homie Whitebeard. For just like his sense of like I guess like family is kind of like how I see like family and friends too. Not necessarily where it's like they need a handheld, but more like one as far as like his range, like all like the crews that he was dope with, he was tight with. I feel like at least like me personally, if I like meet you, we're gonna have a decent or reasonable connection as long as like you real, I'm real, and like we're just honest with each other. We're gonna make some kind of just I don't even know how you want to put it, but like some kind of connection where it's gonna be unforgettable. And I know it's a little bit bogus and conceited on my end, but I just feel like I normally have a presence with people that at least lasts a decent amount. Where it's like these branches that at least I have come across, at least in my time, alive on this planet, just seems to just stick more often than not. Where I could like call you, yo, what's up, what's cracking, and then like ish like resparks or something to that degree. And then along with the point of just me just being super, I guess like a protective of like my people. Like again, like you mess with my squad, like ish is gonna go down. You're gonna see a side of me that you wish you never had before. And that's effing Whitebeard. As soon as you saw
Big facts.
with the kind of. So after I saw that, I was like, mad respect, taking care of your own. And then homie has like a fun side too. If you like, look at like a little clips here and there, because he likes effing around also. So also felt that ish. And this is another kind of like fourth, and this is gonna sound weird, especially what I just said, but at times when I feel like ish needs to get done, you know how I don't feel like I'm alone in this, but you know how you get like really focused. I guess like when like an emergency happens or you just feel like you need to take care of a piece of business, you are in that mindset that this piece of business needs to be taken no matter what the cost, and like these steps have to be taken at this point. To that degree, I low-key saw a little bit of myself in my homie Goblin. When it comes to goblins, bro, shit gets the job done. Takes whatever steps are necessary. No costs are too great. It just takes care of business with these goblins. And I was like, to that degree, I kind of see that. Like when you're handling some kind of job or some kind of goal, I can see myself as goblin. So yeah.
Hey, I find it interesting that you brought him up because I've actually been thinking lately on doing a tournament on the most racist characters, and I definitely wanted to add that nigga up in there. If you wanted to say a goblin was a race of niggas, he is literally the Hitler.
It is.
He's Hitler, nigga.
That's a fair point, bro.
Damn, got real.
There's no saving them to him at all, bro.
Exactly.
And that's why it would be hilarious if they were in the same universe as Rimaru, because it's like now the narrative has been switched because there are good goblins.
Mm-hmm.
That boy ain't got no faith in them.
But the nigga said, I don't care. I'm racist. Time to die.
No, that's a good one.
So I was glad that you actually chose your favorite character, your avatar character, as one of your top three most likable characters, because I was like, yeah, I have my avatar as one of my favorites, but I can't really see myself fully within him. But there is some similarities between him and who my third character is, which is also interesting because we all are choosing niggas from One Piece. I'm gonna go with my nigga Akainu, psych, Aokiji.
I was about to
Oh,
say, I was like, what? What?
like this is a very big bonding moment, I guess.
Justice. I only care about justice. No,
Mm.
I'm gonna go with my nigga Aokiji. Every time I've seen that nigga on the screen, I'm like, yo, that's my nigga right there. That nigga is just he's very chill, no pun intended, in every scenario. You never see the nigga like,
Ice Age.
yes, man, you never see him just like fucking change his expression into something like crazy. Even when these niggas were in war or whatever, fucking Whitebeard fucking put his fucking what do you call it, the weapon he had or whatever. I would just say he put he put his weapon through his chest. The nigga still had a very straight face on him or
Because
whatever. I'm
homie
like,
didn't like
yo,
that buddy though. So he must have
I'm like,
been like, oh, he got body finally. All right, good.
But yeah, I was like, yo, this nigga he's definitely able to keep his mind level in no matter what situation or whatever. And I really enjoyed the fact that he doesn't just because he's in one group of people, he doesn't automatically agree with every single thing that everybody within that group is part of. Like the nigga left the freaking Marines because he wasn't vibing with what was going on with the leadership or whatever. And I felt that I connected with that too. Whatever, I fucking changed my career multiple times or whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm not vibing with this, so I'm gonna make this shift. So I've definitely seen a lot of myself within Aokiji. He's honestly probably the first person that I thought of when you brought this up.
Damn. Well, all right then.
This is a good point.
Hands with that.
Player 5 isn't back, so we're just gonna move forward. And then if he does come back, we'll hear his last one. Um,
Yeah.
but so for next topic, we're going into decent news. Let's start with the topics that Player 5 doesn't want to talk about. So, what did you add here, Jacoby? I thought you brought up one thing,
Oh,
right?
it was the Homelander.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's talk about the Homelander thing real quick.
All right. So, for anyone who doesn't know the other boys from Amazon, the star of Homelander, Anthony Starr, his last name is Starr. Anthony Starr actually was given a prison sentence in Spain from assaulting a chef in a pub while drunk. Only reason why I mention this is because I mean, again, for the people who know about Homelander, it literally fits him to a T. Except for the part that he actually got, the law that caught up with him, but minus that. He was in a pub in Spain. He was working on some kind of project, but he was in a pub drinking, and somehow it escalated with the chef in the pub that he assaulted him. I think on the record, he assaulted him twice and also smashed a glass on his face. After
God.
doing so, pretty much the staff of the pub kicked him out, but the fight continued outside of the pub for a hot second, and then that's where Buddy ended up getting arrested.
Wait,
Um,
so you telling me he brought the chef outside to continue fighting the
no,
man?
no, 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 no. I think it was technically the opposite, because like the staff like kicked him out, but then the chef went back outside because he wanted some hands. That's pretty much how I'm
Oh,
reading this. So that's why the fight
well,
was
That's
damn.
crazy.
going. And then like when that fight like kept going outside, that's when he ended up getting arrested and charged. He was charged. Let's see. He was charged for. He was charged to pay a fine over $4,000 and also sentenced to 12 months in prison. However, due to the circumstances of the fight, I believe, and then just by I don't think I've seen anything about first offense, but in any case, based on like the agreement, they Anthony worked out, with the court system, blah blah blah. The prison sentence got suspended, but not the fine. So I think he just ended up having to pay the fine, and 3 days after he got arrested, he pretty much couldn't get arrested again or charged for anything else. And then as long as he passed those 3 days, I think the prison sentence is going to be lifted. Uh, but I think this happened on March 2, so I guess he's good now.
Right.
But in any case, if he didn't pay the fine, or if like he got hit with some kind of offense, he would have got that 12-month sentence. But I think he passed.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so he put him on like a probation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I heard that as like him being caught up meant that like no one else could bring him to court ever again until like that time frame was up. But no,
I think it was pretty much just like 3 days. You literally can't be charged with anything else.
Got you. Basically, don't get in no more trouble, or else we got you. Okay,
That's crazy.
Yeah, if homie effed up, he would have served a year in prison for a bar fight. So I thought that was kind of funny. But it's just like
100%.
Homelander. It's just like it just fit the bill so funny that it's just like, wow, this is really happening in real life. He got that caught up with the immersion of his character. Like him.
That's that boy.
I mean, but you do have to admit that you have to have some. But you do have to admit that you have to have some type of superpower to literally smack somebody's head with glass and do all of that shit that he did and still get away scotch-free, not spend any time in prison, and only have to pay $4,000? Like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I guess, but I
You
mean,
gotta have some type of
you
superpower.
heard like the chef wanted the hands though, so I mean, like maybe Buddy had to be a real one, so I guess that glass wasn't even a big deal to him.
Nah, I feel you. Before we move on to the next topic, Player 5, who was your last character?
Oh man, figuring out this stuff, I kind of forgot.
Oh,
I had to go get my work computer and stuff.
oh damn.
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me fine though?
Yeah, everything's good.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So. Man,
All right, well, we
move to the next thing.
All right, then. Well, well, it's pretty much all your news topics. So whichever one you want to talk about, we can jump to that.
Okay, bet. So I mean, I guess I'll start. Are we at the anime part or before that?
We're in decent news right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, first thing I wanted to do was put some respect on Legends of Vox Machina. It is a animated show about there is these YouTube D&D players called Critical Role, and they had a D&D campaign, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, very popular, and then they animated it. It's on Amazon, and per usual, Amazon does not promote any of their fire. So I feel that is my responsibility to promote their fire.
We will be seeing ads for it like 2 years from now.
2 years from now.
For season 1.
The Vox Machina, really good. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, you'll instantly love it, like no doubt in your mind. If you don't play Dungeons and Dragons, as long as you don't have an aversion to like the fantasy tropes, like if you hate fantasy tropes, it's not for you. But if you don't have an aversion to it, you'll like it. It's not childish, like they make like adult jokes. It's pretty gory, a little too gory for me, but some people like that. I would say along the vein of gore as what's that show? Invincible. People be getting spilled like that. Really good animation. And then the storylines, man, you like really learn to love the characters. And then the best part about it is that so Critical Role is a D&D played with professional voice actors. And so the same people that do the voice like on YouTube are the same people that voice act the characters. So it's actually like really cohesive. So if you wanted to just like, I'm good, let me just see what the rest of the story is, you could just watch their campaign on YouTube. Same voices and everything.
That's fun.
Pretty good. I don't know if anybody else tried it. 12.
It's better as you watch it.
Yeah. I've only watched the first one. Go ahead, James.
I was gonna say, what's your rating? You gonna give that bitch a lit?
If I gotta give it a rating, I want to give it a what's right under lit minus, because I can't decent as hell
plus.
I'm gonna give it a decent as hell plus because the first, so they break it up into threes, like 3 episodes apiece. The first 3 episodes are slow. Well, I wouldn't say the first three, maybe the first 1.5, which I think is a knock to it. So I can't just call it a masterpiece. I gotta let niggas know, like, yo, get past the first 2-3 episodes, and then you'll be hooked. So that's why I gotta give it decent as hell plus. But man, boy, my boy No Mercy Percy. That's y'all gonna see during
No Mercy
MVPs. During MVPs, that boy the GOAT.
No Mercy Percy. Got it.
Yeah,
all right.
but, yeah, go watch it, my man. He putting shells in people. None of that talking.
Well, all right.
Next thing I wanted to talk about, I mean, again, I'm the resident D&D guy. I think I'm also the resident Marvel guy. I really look forward to the MCU movies, and the Doctor Strange 2 trailer drop.
Oh,
Shit
yeah.
was fire. I want to know what y'all think. What do y'all think about it?
To me, I just like the way the culture is. It's funny, right? So two things. I like the way the culture is coming around the trailer, and then like I love the theory crafting and seeing all the like little snippets and expanding that on what the movie could be about. I think we got the strongest taste of that with Spider-Man: No Way Home, where people were really like theory crafting about what that movie could be. So I like that. What I find is funny is that I think there's still like the Moon Knight series or something. Like there's projects coming before that, but there's like immensely eclipsed by this movie. I'm definitely gonna watch it probably like the day it drops. It's been a while since I've been that excited for the movie, but to me, like Marvel is going into the direction that I enjoy, which is like the massive world building and like the interdimensional. I love the crossover shit. So like I'm anticipating like seeing like potentially evil Doctor Strange, seeing some of the shit from What If. I just like seeing those interactions of like a nigga I fucked with in this show meeting a nigga I fuck with in this show, and just having that like interplay / conversation. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna pull from universes we haven't heard of yet, if they're going to stick to the What If universes. There's been hints and like discussion videos about what universes might come into play, but to me, if it's like characters I recognize or even like evil versions of characters that I like, I think I'm going to be into the movie. Only thing I don't care about is Wanda, obviously, but I don't care about her, meaning that I don't care about her problems as it relates to this story in any way. But I do care about what she's going to bring in, because I think everyone who like even is sort of familiar, because I'm just familiar with the Marvel Universe and I know about the House of M storyline. As soon as we know mutants were coming in, I was like, your guys are going to use Wanda in some way to make this thing real, because that's kind of like she's the reset button they have right now. So I feel like that part of the story I'm gonna fuck with, but like her whole like this is the bullshit I went through in Infinity War and in WandaVision, I'm gonna be like hard pass. I hope somebody draws the shit out of you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, I feel like I'm the reverse. Like, so like I agree with you. All I want to do is see people interact, but like the reason I don't want to see Wanda and Doctor Strange box. I want to see the discussion that somebody of a near peer power can sit there and look to her like, you know, you was tripping for that lesbian shit, right? Because in WandaVision, everybody was like, we get you, Wanda. Ooh, of course you would say that. She could turn you into a bunny. Like, yes.
Right.
I want somebody who's like, she can't hold like that to be like, nah, you was really tripping. Because in the trailer, she was like, yeah, you change reality and everybody think you're a hero. I do it. I'm the bad guy. I was like, you had children knocked unconscious in their house for weeks. You the bad guy. Like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You need jail time, actually, is what you need.
100%.
I just want somebody to say it like, Wanda, your ass cuckoo.
Was tripping. Yeah.
That's it. That one phrase I'd be. If one black dude just walked past like she tripping, I'd be happy. Whole movie.
See,
because ain't nobody told her she tripping yet.
I'm telling you, I need that, but I still need somebody just go boom, just like jaw the shit out of her too, right behind that. If I get both those, the rest of the movie could be shit. It's getting a lit for me.
Damn. That's all it is.
That's all. Sorry, I overshadowed that. Yeah, Jugga, Gramps, do y'all got any comments?
No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been slacking for like probably the last couple of years on Marvel in general. I still need a Disney Plus subscription. I'm gonna be real.
Hey, they coming with a lower tier now, where you can get ads for cheap.
Yeah, they tripping, bro. Yeah, bro, they tripping.
They coming with an ad version.
I heard Amazon was doing that shit too, though.
Are they?
Amazon ads you can skip though.
Yeah, they've been putting them in there now.
Yeah, but
they're
I haven't seen
skippable.
any forced ones yet.
Yeah, they're definitely on that with folks. So,
I mean, it's a cool alternative. I just mean this. I don't want to make it a big discussion, but I don't think it's a bad alternative to get it cheaper and you just paying for ads. I mean, Hulu's been doing it for years, so.
Oh, they have? Damn.
That's the whole thing with Hulu. You pay for it, but you still get the ads, and if you upgrade, then you could get it without ads. But
yeah, I mean, I never fuck with Hulu, so
I like Hulu ads. I ain't gonna lie, they ads be funny. It take me back to childhood. Love they ads, boy.
It depends on
I really be getting on Hulu and watching ads. I ain't gonna lie.
I've never heard anybody say something like I fuck with that for their ads.
I've never heard of that.
Damn.
To me, it's just become an inconvenience now, but like not a major one. Like for example, I was watching a show on Hulu that it was also on Discovery Plus, but I found out that it was later, and it just kind of pissed me off because I was like, oh, I could have got through this faster because I wouldn't have had to watch the ads on Discovery Plus versus watching it on Hulu and having to deal with the little 30-second ad time. But that's really the only. It's not a hiccup, to be honest. I still watch Abbott Elementary on there. It doesn't really bother me.
It doesn't mess up the immersion?
I mean, we've been dealing, like, maybe in the next generation, but nigga, I mean, every single one of us had a TV. Nigga, we were the generation of niggas with TVs with the butts out, bro. Like, we the last generation of that. Like, the kids now don't even know what a TV with a butt out look like. They like, wait, what?
They don't know what idea with the buddies on the top.
I can't even lie, bro. I have to say this. I'm gonna see if I can dig up the TikTok, but I seen this TikTok, bro, of a TV with a butt out. But it was a smart TV, bro. So they was like, the nigga who showed it was like, hey, bro, if you click one of them apps, the TV gonna blow up, bro. If you click any one of them apps, the TV gonna blow up.
Oh, God. Man, I'll tell you, hey, since you be on Hulu, you gotta check out Wonder Years, bro. I'll give you this.
Oh, really?
I took away y'all right to sing Negro spirituals, but if you watch all the Wonder Years, you sing them, bro.
I got you. Then I'll watch it. Wow. I need that back.
Yeah. So the last thing I was going to talk about is we haven't talked about tech in a while, so figured this would be a great time. I think me and Gramps switched to the superior Pixel model. Put mine up there too. You know what I'm saying? Pixel gang. So I figured, let's not talk. Why not talk about it? Since we were also two people that had notes the previous superior phone, but they dropped that line. I had to go to it. I had to switch.
Oh, see, that's a joke though. So I'm gonna get to the Pixel, but they have a joke. So with the latest Galaxy S22 Ultra, it's basically a note. Like the shit has a pen that slides inside of it or whatever. They call it the S22 Ultra, but it's literally just a fucking note phone. Wow. So I don't know why they decided to go with that name switch or whatever, but they own some other shit. But yes, Note was
probably the PR still. They might still be affected because the Note was the one that blew up, right? The first one.
The Note 7. It was a Note 7. That shit was at this time. Everything was perfect in every way about that phone.
I hear you.
Blew up in a couple people's hands, like.
But the marketing team. See, what happens is niggas build a superior product, but then you have all of these other business divisions that have their hand in how this goes to market. So the marketing team was probably like, "Yo, niggas still trending badly on this Note name shit. We can get them the same phone. Let's just call it something." No, I'm telling you, bro, because you got to think about you and Player 5 are like people who can get past the tech and understand, like, you can forgive a technology company messing up with the tech because you understand how that shit works to a degree. But other niggas, like a regular nigga, once they heard it blew up once, That's it. I can't trust that you won't blow up again, no matter what you tell me, because I don't understand the tech.
Yeah.
Have to disappear for half a second, so I really gotta say this real quick. To me, the Note is like the spiritual successor to, or not the Note, the Pixel, my bad, is the spiritual successor to the Note. Like like, I couldn't get a Note, and I ain't going for that name switch, so I'm about to switch to the Google Pixel. You feel me? And do everything that I like good camera, focusing, all that stuff, super smooth. But I think the biggest thing I like about it so far is that I use Google for literally everything, and then that connection is just overpowered. Like everything's Google now.
Wait, so which version of the Pixel do you have?
The X Plus or XL, whatever, 6XL.
Oh, you got the XL. I got the regular Pixel. So
Hold
that
on.
nigga, he's next tier. I'm this tier. I went for the best bang for your buck because like literally you can't get any phone outside of the regular Pixel 6 where you'll get the specs that you have. With all of the top tier, Google qualities. Like he was saying, we basically use Google for most of our shit. So I'm like, I might as well go with the Pixel, Google Pixel phone or whatever. You're gonna have top tier camera plus their top tier software or whatever. I'm like, yeah, for $600. I was like, shit, you can't beat that. Because I was like, yeah, you can either go with that for the 600, or you mess with these other flagship phones. And, they were all charging $900 or $1,000 up or
I was
whatever.
about
And
to
I'm
say,
like,
like the average these days is like 1,000.
exactly. So like literally, this Pixel 6 is definitely good enough. Like you definitely would barely notice the difference between having a Pixel 6 phone and one of these other, top tier phones out here. So I'm like, yo, there's no use in spending at least another $300 for a phone that's not going to give me, I'll say $300 plus dollars worth of value for it. So I was like, yeah, this is the way to go right here. And I think he just missed that whole thing.
Yeah, I was gone.
I'm sure he still got stuff to add.
But yeah, you were talking about the regular Pixel.
Yeah, I was basically saying that the regular Pixel 6 gives me the best value for its buck. I don't think any phone is like literally the only other option that I was considering was another Galaxy phone or whatever, and they're all basically worth at least $300 more, and there's not another phone that's going to give me that $300 worth of value as compared to this Pixel 6 phone.
Yeah. I think I'd agree that the Pixel XL isn't even actually worth getting over the regular Pixel. I kind of mainly got it because I got big hands, so that worked for me.
Oh, so
and
it's
then,
really bigger.
Yeah,
I feel like this one kind of take up like my whole hand, and the other one don't. So I always usually get the bigger phone for that reason. And then other than that, there's not really any other extra functions it got over it.
Yeah, I think it mainly just has the option to have a higher refresh rate because the Pixel 6 has I think it's 90 hertz.
Yeah.
Pixel 6 XL has 120, which is basically what most people are doing, but you would barely even notice the difference. Like you literally have to be one of those types of niggas that like reviewing phones all the time or whatever to see the difference between 120 and 90 hertz.
Or if you like a gamer, like I can tell when the frame rates are high in video games because you like looking at that action. But I don't know too many niggas that's like my primary form of gaming is my phone. Unless you on the Xbox, because we can play our games on our phone.
Oh, sure. Y'all not playing Nobody's still playing Candy Crush or Water Puzzle or
somebody grandma is.
Niggas, don't sleep. Niggas out here doing Wordle now. That shit is
what?
top of the
Wordle.
Oh yeah, I did hear about Wordle. Yep. That I did not get on that train though. I'm gonna get on.
I don't fuck with spelling like that.
Hey, bro, that nigga spelling can't come to none of my parties.
Yo,
Bro.
that's the nigga answer I've ever heard in my life.
Chill out. I'm telling you, right? Like that's some shit one of your students would probably say, hey, yo, teacher, bro, I don't fuck with spelling like that, bro. Give me another question, bro. I can't really rock with that.
I need you to give me a question that's nothing but numbers, G. That's crazy.
Funny to let the truth be known.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, but do y'all niggas do any phone gaming though? I mean, obviously, you said that you do some Player 5 because of the Xbox Game Pass.
And I be playing them TikTok games. Don't you know when you scroll through TikTok and then they have a little game?
I've never downloaded TikTok yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tripping.
You missing out.
Shit hilarious, bro.
You missing out.
That's why they call you.
But yeah, no, I haven't played. I just play like Tetris. It's nothing like heavily game wise because usually like the ones that I could get invested in is only for a short period of time, and then it just becomes too like microtransaction-y for me. Like there was like that time I got reincarnated as a slime mobile game, and like I was like, oh dope, like this is cool. Maybe I can build my own country from the ground up, do all this shit. But it was way too like they didn't give me a game. They gave me like a free to play thing with a game skin on top. You know what I mean? Like so I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the simple games I'm used to.
One thing that's been fun for me, and I would suggest it if you like really fucked with Mass Effect, just get you obviously a Game Pass subscription. We talking what, $3 a month? Get you an Xbox controller, $60, and then on there you can play like they remastered like all the Mass Effect games, and they added like a little more, and like it's free to play one, so it's not like you're really wasting your money. But then it's fun. Like I didn't think it would be fun because I already beat the games. I know how it end, but I enjoyed myself like playing on it. Like I said, just whip it out, play it on your phone. You don't need a controller, but I mean, why would you not play with a controller?
Yeah, if your ass playing with the screen on a game like that, you tripping.
Yeah, or that, or your screen big as hell, boy.
Hell yeah.
No, but my concern isn't even the size of the screen when I'm playing games. My concern is like how sweaty your hands get or whatever. And if you even have a tiny bit of sweat on your thumb, that shit's just gonna mess up the whole experience. Your shit getting stuck on the screen. You trying to move around or whatever, and just the location of the button or whatever. It's not always the same. You try to put your finger on the screen again, and now you're over here running in the wrong damn direction or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
I have clammy hands. But that's rarely happened to me playing a mobile game. It could just be like the speed, the pacing of the games that I play, since they're all like very simple. But I've never had like a sweaty hand experience where it was like, damn, I can't play this because my hand's sweaty as fuck right now, type shit. But like I said, it could be the type of game. But I haven't run into that on mobile.
Yeah.
Anything else on Google phones in general? All right. Did you want to still put some light respect on the anime stuff before gaming, or you want to skip that?
Up to y'all, really.
If it's quick, we can just go through it real quick, and then we can just end with gaming.
Yeah, I'll keep it real quick for the few things that I wanted to talk about with anime news. Obviously, Crunchyroll and Funimation. Not even just them. I think it's like Crunchyroll, Funimation, Vervo, and something else.
I saw a third one. I didn't even hear about that one.
Yeah, it's a fourth one. The fourth one, I don't even know his name. I never even had it. Yeah, it's another one. I don't know the name of it, but it was on there because I like read the email because I had Funimation. So I was like, "Yo, what the fuck up with my subscription though?" But
Right? They still gonna get that bag from both of us. Both sides, bro.
They said they gonna end the services on Funimation.
Oh damn. Well, okay.
Yep, they gonna shut it off. So they was like, "Yeah, cancel your subscription." Nigga. that was the answer. Cancel your subscription, and we'll give you a free 60 days on Crunchyroll.
They dumb. Why don't they just transfer? I mean, I know the development work is a lot probably for that, but in general, they should like set up some type of system where if you already have Funimation, you can just transfer your shit over to Crunchyroll for the same price. They just losing money for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean? You do that 60 days of Crunchyroll, only the real anime fans gonna really re-up and get that whole thing. Most other niggas gonna be like, oh, 60 days is up, fuck it. Like, I realized I saved money not having this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's really that, but hey, I'm happy that shit consolidating because I hated that I had to bounce between different shit to watch everything I wanted to watch. I was like, that's weak.
True.
But
I mean, it's a monopoly now, so I mean, that's still. I mean, As far as like memberships and prices, they can still do whatever they want now, pretty much.
There's probably be some niggas come up. There's always a nigga lurking. But my biggest issue is that Crunchyroll ain't even got no motherfucking apps. Like, I can't even watch it on my smart TV. Like, what is this? Are we in 1990? Get your shit together. But speaking of Funimation, a couple anime I've been watching on there. Wanted to shout out because people need to go ahead and put a little bit of respect on them. My Dress Up Darling. It's a rom-com anime, so most of y'all ain't gonna want to watch it. But
I've heard about it, but is it actually good, bro? I mean, I feel like most of the hype is from the edgy parts. Like, is it actually like?
I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you, all of the ecchi is like it'd be like well placed to the point where you like I could feel like I'm watching a story about like a high school nigga would definitely be like, you know what I'm saying, take him a quick look, but it don't be like that. Like, okay, every 3 seconds, here's a boob shot. It's like, okay, once an episode, you're probably about to get a minorly ecchi moment, but it's within the context because he's making her stuff. So it kind of has to be in this situation. So for people that haven't heard about it, it's a romantic comedy about like a guy that makes like Hina dolls that meets like this, he likes a lame dude that meets like this popular girl, but her secret thing is she likes to cosplay. So he like makes cosplay for her. The animation dope. It's pretty funny, and I think it's pretty accurate to like some of the anime community and things like that. I'd watch it if you into rom-coms. MGG put me on this one. We probably talked about it, but I'm gonna put some more respect on it. Ranking of the Kings. That shit fire. I thought it was gonna be goofy. You look at the animation, you look at the synopsis, you think it's gonna be whack. Ranking of the Kings hits you here. Hits you here, bro.
No, it really hits you here, bro. Some of them backstories are like the Shadow's backstory, fucking depressing. Like, I just be watching certain episodes, I'll be like, yo, this is fucking depressing, bro. These niggas really going through some shit, but...
And it's so fucked up because you look at the animation and you like, this some happy-go-lucky shit.
Right.
There's no way everybody's life should be this fucked up. Them niggas live in third world, bro. It's fucked up out there.
Real talk.
But my nigga, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say shout out to my nigga Boji. That's all.
Yeah, shout out Boji, because no matter how tough shit be, no matter how fucked up your background story, no matter how dirty you did, my nigga Boji, I'm looking at you. You know who you are, bro. No matter how dirty you did, Boji, my nigga come through with a smile, handling his business, bro, every time. The only nigga got more heart than him is Takamichi, bro.
Damn. No, okay.
I knew that his name was going to come up at some point.
He the ghost. This is the Takamichi podcast.
We seasoned it.
We went from the AfrOtakus to the Big Nigga podcast to Takamichi podcast.
Right. Last but not least, I gotta put my respect on Platinum Man. Been watching it. I finally got to the part where they kind of take down the main like villain-ish. It's still going, so I don't think it's over. I think they're gonna have like a new villain or stuff like that. But my God, that anime, the strats be decent because it's like Death Note in a sense because everybody can move faster than the human eye can see, and everybody got one-shot hit arrows. So it's like you have to have strategy because everybody too quick to hit, and if you get hit, you lost. It's like a big ass game of death tag. But the main villain, Metropolitan, bro, they did my man's dirty. Held that nigga up, and then, man, like, I don't want to go too much into the spoiler, but just know that the main character, one of them, I can't kill a person type niggas, and so my strat guy hit him with the red arrow so that he got to listen to him, and he's like, all right, you ain't got to kill him, but hold that nigga there. They held this nigga in place while this dude took a rail gun, unloaded in him. And the worst part about it is they all moving at super speed, so he like feel the bullets going into him, and the whole time he like, no, fuck, help me. And like They animate the bullets going through like all these bones and organs, and he just sitting there slowly taking that L. But Metro Polyman is such a bitch ass nigga. He deserved every one of them rounds, bro. Every one of them rounds. He deserved it. I was just like, yo, this anime got me being like, y'all niggas fucked up. How you gonna hold a nigga in place like that? That's fucked up. But fuck that nigga though. He had it coming.
No, for real,
But yeah.
I'm ready to watch. Is that it? I got one more anime thing before we move to gaming.
That's it for me.
So yeah, just as a I guess announcement, if you don't know yet, the last chapter of Dr. Stone dropped today, bro. The series is over. I just want to put some light respect. We'll get into more of it probably like towards the end of the podcast, but in general, great solid series. You anime niggas are in for some interesting ass shit. I'm just mad that this nigga didn't create God. That's the only thing. But whatever he created at the end was damn close. I'll say that. So I put some respect on Dr. Stone. As far as like what it did, it being like one of those anime mangas that aren't typically shonen, meaning it's not fight based or anything like that. Dr. Stone was like a really good read. Like I would probably recommend that to a decent amount of people if they're looking for like series to watch, or you kind of got bored with that shonen fight monotony and you want to switch it up. Dr. Stone's a great way to still feel like you're watching a shonen, but like in a totally different sense of things. And then obviously if you like Gramson and Player 5 and you like a super science nigga, you gonna love those aspects too, because from what you guys were saying, he was pretty spot on with a lot of the sciencey shit he did to get to where he got, even though there might have been some ass pulls along the way and how he was able to manufacture all that shit so quickly. But I mean, shit, niggas doing what he doing. So
I mean, yeah, that's the only gripe that you could potentially have with what was going on with the show. It's just the speed that he did everything. Like, yeah, all we need is this, and this. These niggas making it like one day or whatever. I'm like, okay, we just gonna brush past that, but that shit was still wrong.
It wasn't a logistically accurate anime,
Yeah.
but scientifically accurate.
Exactly. And I was
Good enough.
yeah, we'll get to in much more detail later, but I was pretty satisfied with I guess the I'll call him the Y man, just put it like that. I was satisfied with what they'll reveal and just the whole entity of who that was.
okay.
Okay.
I got some comments on that, but I don't want to drag it too long because
Yeah, I got reasons
Nick
later.
is waiting. So let's get to the gaming news. You had Elden Ring and then Pokemon Gen 9. Which one did you want to start with? Player 5.
I didn't put Elder Ring up there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just wanted to comment that Elden Ring seems like that game has been literally everybody has been talking about that damn game. Like damn. Like I know I'm not gonna ever play it because I know my patience level is way too short when it comes to games as hard as that. Like I've never fucked with the Souls games or whatever. So I know that I would never download it because I know I'll get into the first fight, get my ass whipped like 10 times in a row and be like, you know what, fuck this game. I'm gonna turn this off right now before I end up breaking the controller. But I've been hearing nothing but great things about the game so far. So
See,
It's a learning curve.
I feel like that's odd because like I don't know about today, but I was looking at like this little data graphic like maybe 2 days ago that was saying like the majority of players have not even beat the first boss yet. And
That's
so for
funny
you
as
to
hell.
sit here and be like, yo, this game, everybody saying 10 out of 10, this game great. I'm like, y'all niggas masochistic. Because if I put 17 hours on the game and ain't flipped the first boss yet, I feel cheated. Get my money back, bro.
But I mean, that's how it's set up. And then, like, the other thing about it, though, is that I think the difference between it and a Souls game. So, I'll get to that and then I'll get to my point. But, yeah, I'm about to get to that point. But the difference between that and the Souls games is that it's open world, where the Souls games was more like forcing you through shit. So, I guess what I'm saying to that, like, having beat the first boss point, is there may be more shit to do. Similar to like Fallout, for example. Like if you're playing Fallout, you're not really progressing in the main story as much as you are doing a bunch of other shit before you actually start like working on the main story. So it could be that. I'm planning to get it only because I'm with Gramps in that like at least where my life is set up right now, I'm not a fan of like the Souls games. They look cool, but I don't have the time to invest in getting like better in them. But a friend of mine, like, we're gonna try and start doing some multiplayer stuff with that. So I'm gonna get it to do that, and then I'll see how it goes. But I feel like that would be fun because at least it's with a friend, so you guys are both getting y'all asses dragged together. But we'll see if that ends up playing out to be true or not. But I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Like I said, it's a great game if you got the time to invest in it. But when I played the Souls games, I was like, bro, like you really have to run that shit like 20 times before you kind of like get the moves down. You really have to learn the boss and like be like, oh, these are the moves. There's like no way you're getting out of that shit. Like regular niggas, if you're not on your shit, could fuck you up in these like From Software games, which is fun, but I also hate at the same time. If you're just trying to like get into a game and have fun, and then a loose nigga, like I was playing Sekiro for example, a loose first level of Sekiro, random skull skeleton thing, like short as hell. If you've seen it in any other game, you like this is like a 5-second fight. This nigga took me like 3 or 4 tries before I beat him, and this was like the first enemy I encountered. And I'm like, all right, bro, I don't have the time to invest in this bullshit. Like, I'll come back to it later. So
Yeah, and so another crazy thing is I was just reading that supposedly one of the first people that actually just did 100% completion of the game took the nigga like 110 hours to do that shit. I'm like, nah, bro, that's dead. That's dead.
110 hours unpaid, my nigga.
I would say
I don't know. He might be a streamer.
I would say if you want to grind like that without as much difficulty, I haven't beat the game yet, but I got Sifu, and Sifu is set up in that same way of like the whole goal is really to play it multiple times and learn from mistakes.
Yep.
It is not nearly as challenging as like the From Software games. You get a challenge for sure, because they'll be like you'll be going through that bitch feeling like you Jackie Chan, and then a nigga will have you looking like one of the background karate characters that just get one shot at and shit. You run up on it, you just jaw, that's it. So I would say like if you like them things but you don't want that whole difficulty part, Sifu might be a good thing to try out. It's definitely I enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just say it like this. So you're confused why niggas are giving it a 10 out of 10. I think it comes from the sense of accomplishment. When you find yourself into this hole or whatever, it's like fuck. I gotta climb up out of this hole or whatever. Especially in the world that we live in, where a lot of niggas can feel like they ain't shit if you don't have this certain status. But when you place into this world where you're like fuck, at least I have a chance to do something, and then you keep getting your ass beat over and over and over, and then when you finally get it done, you feel that ultimate sense of achievement or whatever. You're like, oh yeah, I love this, and I think that's what niggas live for when they play that game.
Still sounds like a masochist, bro.
You're not lying.
Not me.
You're not lying.
That's like, yeah,
I'm just
all you gotta do is put a ball gag in them niggas' mouth and whip them with some leather, and that nigga a masochist.
But I guess what I would say is that they really did, as far as I understand, kind of fill a vacuum, because there were games that difficult like back in the day. Like even some of the Mega Man games could be pretty difficult on certain bosses. Like there was a challenge to gaming that kind of went away for a period of time with FPSs and everything else coming out in multiplayer games. So I feel like they fill that void. I'm just like an adult. I just don't have the time to like really build the skills to do that. It's like playing fighting games, same thing. To be like a really good fighting game player, you really got to play that shit. I don't have the time to really play that shit.
Yeah,
I just need to get in, get out.
And I completely agree with you, because and also there's the whole idea of when we were kids and shit growing up, you didn't have a lot of games available to you. You probably got a game like once every couple months or whatever. So when you got a new game, you're gonna play the shit out of that game. You're gonna get good at it eventually or whatever. You're gonna climb through the dirt on that game. But with all the options that we have right now, like for example with Xbox Game Pass and all the shit that you can get with PlayStation Now and all of these other consoles and shit, it's like either I can suffer with this game, or I can just delete this and go cop another game real quick and play that real quick. So it's like our patience levels are a lot lower than what they used to be anyway. It's just like I'm over here trying to play a game to have fun or whatever, not sitting here and struggle for multiple hours just to get past something.
I feel you. One thing I'll toss out before we talk about the Pokemon stuff is just shout out to Horizon. I'm not getting it day one. because I'm just not paying the full price for it. I'm gonna wait till that shit go on sale a little bit because the way they've been setting up prices with like the regular price of the game and then all these DLC shit I just be waiting until that motherfucker go on sale. So I'm definitely gonna get it at some point because I fucked with the first game. I didn't hear too many people talk at least. So I just want to put some respect on his name. I know it's gonna be a decent playthrough, so I'm getting to it at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it in like a couple years from now. Same as Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk I'm waiting on for a while now too.
I'm gonna wait like 3 more years.
Yeah.
Hey,
Y'all
that
niggas
shit
gotta
was
drop that
fun.
shit to
3 months.
below 30. They gotta drop that shit to below 30, bro. Fuck that. I'm not
I
paying full
think they
price.
slinging it for free on Xbox by now. Ain't
I don't
they?
know.
Nah,
Not
nigga,
on
don't
PlayStation.
lie. Don't lie,
On
nigga.
PlayStation, I gotta
Hey,
pay
I-
for that bitch.
I already beat it, so I'm good. That game was fun. even
That's what I heard.
though shitty graphics, it was fun. No, I know motherfuckers was big mad and all that controversy, but I was like, y'all niggas, stop crying, boy. That game was fun. Stop crying.
Hey, bro, they just need a nigga or you specifically in their marketing department when shit go bad with games because you be putting shit into like this real. It's like, oh come on, bro. There's 20 other games to play. You mad about this one? It's okay, bro. You come back to it when they fix the shit. We playing it on day one anyways. Like,
Because I'm like, nigga, everybody was up there, I want my money back. And I'm just sitting there beating those in, knocking niggas around. I'm like, motherfucker working for me. And I'm on the same Xbox One that I got day one.
Oh, you play that shit on Xbox One?
It's a day one Xbox One, and my shit was playing, so I don't know what's up with that.
Oh
hey,
shit!
bro. Well, all right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah. So unless you just don't fuck with Pokemon, you've probably heard that the Gen 9 starters were kind of released. I put a little picture up there for everybody to kind of look at. Just real quick. We don't got to go deep into it because, like we said, we got somebody waiting. What do y'all think about them? Let's just put them weakest to best. Which one you picking? Which one just
Most swag has to go to the Duck. Quaxley for sure. I think that looked like the swaggiest nigga of the three, to be honest.
I'm gonna say
No, I
the
agree.
cutest one though is definitely the green the grass type
Cat?
because it kind of looks like a grass version of Eevee.
Exactly.
In all honesty.
I can see
That's why it's
Sprigatito?
was getting so many,
Sprigatito.
like so much hype just because of that. I think also because like, people are in love with this based on what I've heard of that grass starter. So that's probably going to
Hey.
be the most picked once it comes out.
I'm just gonna toss this out there because the way they named the fire type Fuego Coco, he has to his top tier evolution. Well, I forget what the last tier is called, but whatever. His third tier evolution, he got to be called Fuego Leon.
I was thinking the same shit. I knew someone else was gonna say that shit. I knew someone else was gonna say that.
Yo.
It is based on Spain, so I imagine he gonna have Fuego in his name at some point.
Right.
But yeah, so people been hating on this nigga. Like they say he got a Kraft cheese slapped on his stomach. They been calling this nigga a apple lizard, bro. Like they really been on his head.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, the
Like,
nigga does
what
look like
do
a
you do?
Goofy though.
I mean, he did.
But I mean, how far off is that from That's like Charmander basically like squished down into one body. They just like removed that nigga neck.
The eyes, though.
Nah, bro.
I think that's what it does it for me. The eyes and like the teeth specifically. He just got that.
The eyes look like seeds.
There's no separation between his eyes and the top of his mouth. It's literally all part of the same damn thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a sound. Yeah. I mean, I guess
got
he's an
one big ass
alligator,
tooth.
but I mean, I don't know. I guess I have to see the final evolution. Maybe he can get his swag back once he evolves, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, it just ain't looking so hot.
And the crazy thing is, the fire type Pokemons usually had some of the best designs. You know, outside of fucking outside.
I'm
of,
sorry. Yeah, no,
outside of Squirtle's final evolution, Blastoise. But I feel like the fire types usually had the best designs or whatever at the end of the day.
I don't see that big. I don't see that big of a difference.
Them niggas really the same.
I don't see that big of a difference between Charmander and this nigga, bro.
What? Nigga, Charmander
They changed the color a little bit, but literally they stretched this nigga face out. The teeth damn near the same.
If a nigga said they was cousins, I'd be like, "Yep, I believe it."
Right, like what y'all talking about?
But bro,
He's-
he's got I
Bro,
don't know.
Charmander
It's at
cute as
least
fuck.
even.
That thing looks like a
look at
Goofy.
the odd, literally right in the middle, that like straight tooth. I don't. I mean,
Charmander got one tooth too.
No,
I'm telling
Charmander
you.
got no nigga. Charmander has 4 teeth.
I mean,
I see one,
oh,
2, 3, and 4.
Lord.
Homie's got the balance.
All right, so I delete
Yeah.
this. I delete this tooth. I
Yeah, put
move
it in
this
there.
tooth to the middle.
Same
And I
nigga.
can make these two bigger. Change the color a little bit. Remove the fire tail. Boom. That nigga's there.
You still got the
Yeah,
stocky
that's
body
true.
with the hands though. He literally got
Yeah. And the craft
Charmander
macaroni and
kinda-
cheese. And the craft cheese on his chest. And
They
on
got the
sleeve.
same hands, bro.
I'm telling you. Y'all
They got the same hands.
No, Charmander's got like legitimate arms, bro. Like,
Nigga, them the same
Like I said,
thing.
all it is a squished down version of Charmander with some color changes, bro.
Y'all niggas tripping.
All right.
Y'all, that nostalgia hitting y'all too hard.
I'm telling y'all.
That's crazy.
I don't see the difference, but
Yo,
whatever.
all right, we're gonna bring this up to the fans. We're gonna see what they got to say at the end of this. At the end of the day.
See, but that's not fair, bro. Because niggas is hating on this Fake Coco nigga. They really hating on him. He ain't that bad.
I mean,
He look like Charmander cousin.
He don't, bro.
Wow.
All right. Because we gonna go on for a hot
See,
minute. on this
you
shit.
want to know what?
Oh,
This
true.
is like how when Southsiders be like Westsiders ain't shit, Westsiders like Southsiders ain't shit. We the same niggas. We the same niggas.
And it is
Oh
the
my
West Side
God,
nigga
bro.
arguing with the South Side nigga right now.
Oh, funny.
Wow, bro.
Charmander, Westside nigga, and Fake Coco, Southside nigga.
Hey.
But that's all I had to say about it, though.
All right. Well, moving on to the anime segment. We're gonna kick it off. He's been waiting for a while with this new segment called "Say It With Your Chest." Basically, this is the audience's chance to come on to the podcast with us, get any grievances that you have with us out, talk any shit that you want, not even about us, but about the anime community in general. It's just our open space for you to talk your shit, I guess. So it's called "Say It With Your Chest." Our first guest, I guess, is Nick. I'm gonna be adding him to the call in a little bit. And yeah, we'll kick it off with the discussion with him as soon as he joins in.
Just prefacing to all the audience members out there. Say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Don't clickety clack behind the keyboard and then be afraid to, get this heat.
Yeah, don't get scared when we start flaming your ass. Because we can still flame you while you in the comment section, but we just gonna flame you on camera.
I'm well known for flaming everybody's favorite anime, so like, you feel me? Don't take it personal. You just gotta pick better choices.
Damn.
Big facts.
Hashtag don't take it personal.
Man, I had a student say that Bleach was goated. I almost had to tell him, you gotta get out before you fail, bro.
Loaded?
You gotta get out, bro.
I'm telling you though, you might be asleep, bro. This last season of the anime might save it. Remember what Burn the Witch did?
Never again. I'm not even watching it, bro. I'm not even watching it. They not getting me.
So here's
I
my
don't know
thing
why you're
though.
lying to yourself, but okay.
All right. So picture this: what if Bleach was the first anime that you ever watched from beginning to end, or manga? Because I'm guessing they never finished with the anime or whatever, right? Well, if that was the first thing that you finished, that you went through from beginning to end. So with your standards of how all anime and manga is based off of that one anime, would you then at that point feel like it could be a GOAT tier anime?
I wouldn't still think it's trash because I tend to watch a lot of anime over again. Like, for example, if I'm trying to put somebody on, I'll end up watching it with them. So I would have eventually watched it again after watching better anime and concluded that Bleach indeed was trash. So that's how I feel about it. Like, Bleach started falling off real quick once they just stopped caring about the world they built. I hate when people have hard magic systems and then go away from those magic systems. Like, don't make a hard magic system in the first place if you're just gonna say fuck it, we gonna do whatever fuck we want. That's kind of why I like Black Clover. Them niggas don't got no hard magic system. They like, look, nigga, your powers appear as needed.
So are you talking specifically about the Ryatsu concept, or are you talking about like the swords? Like where you say they strayed, what are you saying they strayed?
I almost every time they bring up a power concept and like how it works is not too long that they end up breaking that same thing. So we can even start with like the spirit pressure, and then we could even move into like Bankai. I think is the most easily recognizable. Like, yeah, you need 1,000 years to train on this, nigga. Psych, 2 days. Bankai. Fuck you mean? Okay, well, you can't hold your shit as long as them. Psych, nigga. 2 days holding it. Fuck you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, that's all it was about.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of feel that way when it comes to One Piece. Because it seems like, you know, we came into this whole world with like devil fruits and all of this shit. Like, oh yeah, if this nigga got this devil fruit, he gonna be running shit. But then they started throwing hockey up in there or whatever. I'm like, okay, that can, you know, put niggas who don't have devil fruits, that can kind of, you know, level off the plane or whatever. But now they're just making hockey just more and more and more prevalent or whatever, where it doesn't even matter what the fuck you got. You can have the fucking god devil fruit or whatever. That shit does not matter at all. As long as the nigga got stronger hockey, he's slapping your ass from here to the other side of the planet. So that's why I'm like, yeah, all this shit that they built over the course of all these years, that shit doesn't matter anymore. I'm like, damn.
I would say they didn't even build a power See, the thing about One Piece for me, like I sound like a One Piece hater, but I swear I don't hate the series. It's just that I feel like niggas have got so goated with the writing and how great the show is that they forget how shonen that shit really is. Like none of the Straw Hats really work for anything. We had one time skip. That was when I guess you could say they actually trained for something. Other than that, most they powers ass pulls, but nobody want to acknowledge that though. It's like literally when we saw Zoro pull out Asura, that came from nowhere. That was an ass pull and never got explained. But we just One Piece goated. The writing amazing. All right, bro, that's some Dragon Ball Z level shit this nigga doing.
I think the world building of One Piece is amazing, not the writing.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
That's fair.
He builds a great world.
Stepping huge.
Except the body proportions in his world be fucked up.
Everybody skips leg day.
Respect leg day, bro. That's all. That's all.
Oh, can you hear us, Nick? I heard echo. Oh, they saying
running from that smoke.
There he is. See nothing but a do rag.
Can you hear us?
Can't hear you, dog.
Oh. Are you using a phone or a laptop right now? Oh, I'm getting an echo.
I think his audio.
Oh, let me check for something real quick.
I think his audio is not going in through his headphones.
Let me put my black forces on real quick.
Really though?
I'm gonna wear one black force and one Tim.
There you go.
Dumb as fuck.
I think we might rejoin. Hold on.
I mean, to be honest, he wouldn't be able to join in on the phone unless he's using the iPhone app.
There's an app for Android, ain't there?
Nope.
Not yet. It's just iOS. That's what Donovan be joining.
I've been trying to request that shit from them for probably almost a year now. They said we working on it. All right, bitch. Get it done. It's not that hard. I'm gonna make it right now. Boom. I made it.
Damn.
No,
let me stop lying.
all right.
Did he say that he can hear us?
Nope. I think he's about to leave and come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's when we need elevator music and technical difficulty.
All right.
I got you, bro. Hold on.
I'm wondering if
don't we have that? Well, I think you can do that, MCG. You can play the little background music.
Oh, what I was gonna say is we could just talk about something light while we waiting for him to come through. Like we didn't talk about the Batman movie, even though none of us saw it. Um, so are y'all going to see it?
The preface of it. I mean, I did. I just recently talked to a buddy, who. Wait, did he watch it? No. He just knew some info about it. And the most interesting, I mean, granted, it's like, I guess, a slight spoiler, but not completely. But supposedly the main villain of the movie is the Riddler. And he really liked that, and I really didn't. And I guess I just want to pose it to, like, the squad as far as to how y'all think about it. I mean, that's pretty much all he told me. And I was just like, really? Like, the Riddler? Like, after all the Batman movies, like, they gonna make the Riddler the main villain. I mean, there's still gonna be other villains, obviously, but for him to, like, preface as, like, the big bad of the movie, I was a bit surprised. So,
I guess
I don't know how y'all feel about that.
that doesn't bother me at all. I think he has a lot of potential. And plus, if we talk about like the Dark Knight movies, the first villain in that one was like really Scarecrow with Ra's al Ghul kind of in the background. But like niggas don't fuck with Scarecrow. Like, well, at least I don't fuck with Scarecrow. I won't speak for all the comic book community. I don't fuck with Scarecrow like that. So
Nobody fuck with Scarecrow like that. Anybody that do that's just a loose contrarian.
right? He's the best villain ever.
Right.
That serum does crazy things.
Right.
There's this one obscure comic where he took over the world with that serum.
Now,
Okay.
But you gotta
I
admit,
will
the shit that he did in the video game was hard as hell.
Yeah.
That's true.
I will say this about the movie and why I'm actually happy with Riddler. It's not necessarily that it had to be Riddler, but he's just kind of like a smart guy. Yeah, ever since the first like Batman with what's that nigga name?
Michael Keaton?
Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah. When that first movie came out, ever since then, I always kind of wanted a different Batman. Like we got to see like Ninja Batman, like cool. It's not really his number one, thing, but okay, cool. Ninja Batman, that's cool. Then you get to see Batman with like Justice League niggas. He a little buff, cool. You get to see buff Batman, tech Batman, cool beans. I'm ready to see the actual purpose of Batman, the world's greatest detective. Like that is what Batman is. He's a stratty smart nigga. And so this one finally seems like that one where we gonna get like a world's greatest detective Batman. And I'm like, that's what I've been waiting to see since 2008 or whenever that shit came out. So I'm happy.
Really? All right, Nick. I think this is working now. Can you hear us? You might not be able to hear us yet. Can you hear us now? All right, not yet. But anyway, so continuing with the Batman discussion.
But yeah, that was kind of it. I'm excited to see it. If I feel like it, I might go tonight, but it's not looking like it.
All right.
I might take a nap, wake up, and go. Who knows? We'll see.
Now I can fucking
Yeah.
hear.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
Can you hear us now?
I hear you.
I can hear.
Bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So welcome, Nick, to the podcast. We've
Yeah.
heard you from the interwebs and the comment sections for a
Yeah.
while. He's saying here.
Captain a lot, bro. Because Taka
Captain
bro. Yo, like you said, rag, Black Air Force energy all morning.
We came ready, man.
All right. I don't know who in charge of the polls and all that other shit. All right, but Afro Samurai should have took top. All right, so all them.
We all agree with that.
Yeah.
Everybody, them niggas was capped. Takamichi a hoe. I can name 5 people off rip.
All right. You know what?
Here we
The whole cast of Golden Kamui more heart than Takamichi. No.
Damn, hey, you the anime you fuck with.
Hold on. Slow down, Nick. This nigga just came over here with all this smoke.
Say it with your chest, man.
Hey, y'all
And
said
I'm
say it with your
rolling,
chest,
bro.
bro. Hey, I'm gonna pull my shit out. Hey, y'all said say it with your chest. Hey, big
Say
niggas gonna talk. All right. Sensitive, the Roman fighter. All right, more heart than Takamichi. My nigga he fighting grown men, bro. Dude who's been doing this for 30, 40 years. And he putting paws on people. no problems. Rimuru killing whole villages, whole armies of people, bro. That nigga got heart. Cause you can't do that shit and be soft. You'd be like, oh no, like I can't do that shit.
Let me say this real quick. One, I'm gonna give you your props. Mad respect for coming on, saying it with your chest, pure heart. I respect that. However, all right, we got to break this down. He said niggas out here with more heart than Takamichi, right? Let's start with the first one. Now, I fuck with Golden Kamui heavy. Name one nigga on there with more heart than Takamichi.
What are you talking about? The immortal Shigemoto, my nigga, bro.
The immortal Sugimoto.
Hey, he got heart, bro. What you talking about?
That nigga ain't got no heart. That nigga be out here fighting for pussy.
Oh my
God.
What Takamichi doing? Why is the whole point of this? Takamichi trying to save some pussy because he ain't never getting none.
That nigga not fighting for pussy, bro. Hey, he not fighting for pussy, bro. He fighting to change. He fighting to change this jello in his heart, bro. He trying to make that shit hard.
Hey, that man made a pudding. That's all that shit is. Hey, he can go back in time. My nigga, I'm hitting the gym. I'm doing steroids, bro. Like, I'm pulling cars with chains behind me. I'm waking up like on some Saitama shit. I'm waking up every day. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. A 5-mile run every single day. All these niggas go back in time so he can practice his crying faces, bro. The dude ain't got no fucking heart.
Bro.
You want to talk about heart? Moomin Rider got heart, bro. He know he gonna get body. But he pull up on the set with that bicycle, he gonna launch that bitch at your ass.
Throwing bikes at niggas, bro.
Y'all acting like Takamichi don't do the same. Y'all like Takamichi don't do the same. Bro, he go against niggas there's no chance he could beat. And this is why he got more heart than Moomin Rider. Moomin Rider not the main character in his own show because that boy pussy like that. Now don't get me wrong, I respect Moomin Rider, but he ain't built that way.
He ain't gonna badmouth Moomin Rider like that. Right now. You ain't gonna badmouth my nigga Moomin right. I got him, bro. Don't even worry about it. Hey, he almost pulled up on you on the bicycle, bro. I have to keep this in the hallway. All right, because I want to keep this I got it, bro. I want to keep this in a cordial conversation. All right, I got to keep my nigga Moomin Rider gonna pull up. He don't. Hey, the Rider's just holding him. All right. That's all that shit is.
See, but that's what niggas say when they nigga not built like Takamichi. Because the writers hold him, but you know what Takamichi do? He get back up, bro.
Takamichi bite niggas, bro. The nigga try to choke a nigga like the dude ain't got no fucking strap, bro.
He do what he gotta do. So but that's why he got the most heart. He ain't got no stats.
You in the anime world. You in the anime world. You want to be in the gang with Takamichi. You trust that nigga to have your back.
Wait 1 second.
Let me ask this question. So I'm not familiar with the show or whatever, but I'm assuming that this nigga Takamichi is getting into fights where it's just straight hands with other humans, right? Like niggas just knocking each other out, right?
I'm about to explain it.
Moomin Rider is running up on creatures that are destroying life.
Takamichi
can destroy a whole fucking group of niggas in just the one swipe of his hand.
Every fight Moomin Rider get in, bro, could be his last one. They just paralyze that nigga. And
he Takamichi literally doing the exact same thing, though.
Same thing.
Takamichi fighting niggas that got little leg heights and shit like
what that. What I'm saying is, if you switch them, like if you put Takamichi in Moomin Rider's universe, he would be Moomin Rider. He would do the exact same shit.
No, he would be harder than Moomin Rider.
No, because
this is why he got more heart. And let me explain it. Like no cap, nobody. Two things. Moomin Rider is in a world where he's being a hero, right? So people are like saying like, yes, do this thing, right? He's being encouraged. And then the second thing is, Moomin Rider don't inspire nobody. You see Moomin Rider get fucked up and you like, yo, I need to go home, bro. Like niggas is dying out here. But this is the difference. So Gramps, let me fill you in. It's like you know, you're a big guy, you're a swole guy. Imagine the nerdiest nigga from your high school deciding he gonna hang out with a bunch of niggas built like you, Gramps, and that nigga like I'm squaring up on any nigga that want it, bro. But he don't get no stronger. His hands never get cleaner. Never, bro. He always get knocked the fuck out. But every time he get knocked the fuck out, the next week y'all pull up on some niggas, he the first nigga at the front. Who want what, bro?
He early.
Hold
He's early.
Early with the hands.
Hold on.
He sounds like Leapfrog to me.
I think we put too much respect on that man, bro. Because it's not like he running head first in the adversity and he ain't got no fear in his heart, nothing like that, bro. It's like he end up in situations to where you ain't got no choice. So if you walking down the street and a nigga pull up on you and he talking about some, hey, you ain't got no choice but to throw hands with me. You know what I mean? You can't say, oh, I walked up on this nigga and I ran that nigga fade. No, you was put in a situation where you ain't had no choice besides to throw hands. It didn't get your ass beat every single episode. It didn't cry and say, I got to get stronger. And that's the same shit every episode from literally start to finish. It ain't like this man like, you know what? I'm going to go pull up on these niggas. I don't like their style. No, he put himself in position. So he ended up getting put in positions where he got to throw down and get his ass beat. And then it's just like the writers say, okay, we're going to stop, repeat, do that shit again, send them back to the past, send them back to the future, stop, repeat, do the shit over again. I don't see how you can sit there and publicly praise a man who take this many ass whoopings and don't learn nothing, don't get no better, and call that shit hard.
Cause I got respect, cause that nigga keep getting up and fighting, bro. Every one of these niggas, like when we think about anime nigga, right? An anime nigga with heart. We could think about our Rock Lees, our Naruto's, all our niggas with heart. All them niggas got something to fight for. Like Rock Lee is a physical prodigy. Naruto, about the action. Asta, physical prodigy. That nigga they even glazed that nigga with magic. This nigga Takemichi ain't got shit, boy. Like he actually stupid too. Like he not even smart. He's stupid. And that nigga come back every day. And then this is why I say I get that nigga heart. Because not only do he get back up every day, almost every situation he get into, he does have an option. That nigga could run. Takemichi could leave everybody to get their ass whooped. My nigga, everybody be knocked the fuck out. This is the difference between him and Mummin Rider. Everybody knocked out around Mummin Rider, the show's over. They're dead. Everybody knocked out around Takemichi get up and they say, yo, the softest nigga around getting back up, bro, we got to get up to. That's been like 5 fights where they like, bro, the weakest nigga here is still fighting. I got to fight too. That nigga got heart.
I learned something valuable a long time ago is it don't matter how many good points you bring to a nigga. If he think he right, then you not gonna convince him otherwise. And I'm that nigga today. And I still think you gotta change your name to capitalize. Like Takemichi, he just when I think of niggas that's built like that, I don't see Takemichi, bro. I see anybody else in that TV show except for fucking Takemichi. Anybody else
crazy to me,
except for him. Because I don't see heart when I see that man.
What do you see? What do you see?
What do you see when you see him?
Hey, I see a simp. All right, I see a man who like, damn, I ain't never hit. And the chick that was gonna give me the booty cheek was dead. I was like, damn, I fucked up. You know what I mean? Like her brother came to, oh hey man, like she dead. Like damn, I ain't never get to smash, bro. And if I was ever gonna smash, that would have been a bitch that was gonna let me hit. So you know what? Like I'm gonna go back in time to see if I can stick it in one time, 2 pumps, call it a day. And every time he go back and he try this shit, don't work. So he just like, damn, start crying. I gotta get stronger for the pussy. You say he gotta get stronger for the heart, nigga. He gotta get stronger because he ain't gonna get pussy from nobody unless he fucking do. That man gonna die a virgin. And in that universe of what they call them, delinquents. In that universe of delinquents, bro, like. You see every time it goes to the future, something changed. Like Drake in prison because, you know what I mean, they pinned a murder on him or whatever the case may be. Just shit like that. It's just like, well, you really don't know how long they got to live. So today might be your last day to get some pussy. So
I gotta make one interjection about my nigga being thirsty for pussy. Literally the first time he changed the past, or the second time he changed the past for the better. When he came back, he was about to get some head from Emma. And my nigga had to stop that. So let's be fair. My nigga Takemichi really could get some draws. My nigga just doing it for the heart. But this one I'm gonna ask you, since I'm capping. This one I'm gonna ask you. Pick your top 2 heart-having ass anime characters and put them in the same situation that you will put Takemichi in, right? They got no powers. They have no random ability that's going to get them out of it. They got no skills. They can't talk well. They stupid. Nothing going well for this nigga. In every episode, they get their ass whooped. Name which character you believe would actually make it out of this. Because I did this, and this is why I respect that nigga. Because one of the niggas I got the most hype for is Asta. And I seen that nigga Asta quit. When that nigga didn't get his grimoire and got his ass whooped, that nigga quit until powers was given to that nigga. Takamichi would have got the fuck back up. We squaring up, no magic, nigga. Fuck the anti-magic. So this is what I want to know from you. What character do you know that would get up in Takamichi's situation?
I can only think of one guy for sure. And like I said, it's Cestivus, the Roman fighter. So it's this anime I watch on Crunchyroll. It's just like the dude just got hands, bro. But it's not like he got nothing that separate him. Like he fast. That's pretty much it. He ain't got no power behind his punches. That's what his trainer was saying. So you ain't got no power. You got to work on getting a money shot. A power shot. And he's sitting there. He fighting like grown ass men, bro. I mean, like big niggas. Like imagine somebody 14, 15 years old scrapping with like big niggas. And he ain't 6'6", none of that shit. Like the dude is small and he getting punched, knocked around, slapped. You know what I mean? Abused, disrespected. And he just refused to stay down. He get up every single time. He like, I'm gonna find a way to put these paws on your ass, and you gonna stay down this time. And that's what the man do. And I think that dude got more heart than most anime characters. And he young and he's smaller, and he ain't got no superpowers. The dude ain't flying. He ain't transforming into nothing cool, no shit like that. The dude's just, it's just nothing but heart and hands. And I respect any character.
What's the name of this anime again?
It's a Cestivus, the Roman fighter. But yeah, I would check it out, man. Like if you talking about a character that's got some heart, bro, like that's a man that I would, if I'm getting in a fight, I want that dude behind me. You know what I mean? Like he got my back for sure. Cause I know if I go down, they put me to sleep. I know when I wake up, this nigga sitting there putting hands on somebody. You know what I mean? And give me enough time to give me a Gatorade, in me hell, smoke a cigarette, get my energy back. Tighten up my black Air Forces, and I'm back in the fight with him. I'm just saying, like, if Takamichi, me and Takamichi walk down the street, we get jumped by 4 niggas, bro. Like, I might get the first 2, and then if somebody gonna sleep me, when I wake up, Takamichi gonna be sitting next to me crying, like, damn, I wish I was strong enough to help you in that fight, bro. But we both just got beat up, and they ran our pockets. You know what? That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm just thinking of the aspect of I want somebody to have my back. It just Takamichi gonna give me hype. And we're gonna get beat up. That's right. So, I mean, we're gonna be hyped as fuck, bro. Goosebumps. Ooh. And we both gonna go to sleep.
So
go ahead,
low key, could that just be it though? I mean, like I have a curious question then. Like, let's say Takamichi's literally the exact same person, but he actually can get some W's. Would you say he has heart then if he actually got some W's?
If he take a bunch of L's and then he turn his shit around by pulling himself up from his bootstraps and start catching some W's that way, then yeah, I say that man got heart because he didn't give up with all the L's he was taking. You know what I mean? Like for me, heart is like loss, W. Loss, W. It's progression. You know what I mean? It ain't hard if you just keep getting beat up. That you just dumb and you like get good. Like at that point, you know what I mean? You into that BDSM shit, like you at that point, you know what I mean? Like,
we did just have a conversation about niggas being masochists, though.
And that's masochist to the extreme. You wake up every day knowing somebody gonna beat your ass, and you put a smile on your face and step out the door. Nigga, hell no, I'm staying in the house. I'm good, bro. Me and my client going outside today. They ain't going outside today. Simple as that. You got to be a masochist. You wake up and you know you ain't got no straps, bro. You finna go out there into the street and somebody gonna try your gangster today, and you know you can't fight to defend yourself. And it's a delinquent era, so it's not like niggas just fighting one-on-one. You can be walking down the street, go get you some bonbons or some shit, and 17 niggas pull up. You like, and you know how that shit gonna end. You ain't gonna have no shoes by the time that fight done, bro. Like you walking home barefoot, nigga. Your gang gonna pull up on you like, damn, what happened? Oh, I got jumped by 17 niggas. How many niggas you put down? Shit, none of them hoes, bro. Like after a while, them niggas gonna kick you out the gang. It don't matter if you give the best motivational speeches. Hey man, we gotta keep doing this shit. Cause our leader said we them people. We gotta change the future. After I'm like, nigga, shut up, bro. Like,
but hear me out.
Always
though,
have something positive to say, but you always on the ground.
Takamichi was not just taking L's though. Like he ain't never take no main character tier W, but my nigga definitely, it's a nigga got knocked out by Takemichi. Like when they was brawling Valhalla, he hit at least 2 dudes. Some nigga out there got knocked out by Takemichi. So
and they flaming them to this day. They flaming them to this day for that.
Hey, what? Hey, that nigga could be a death row inmate. What do you nigga got knocked out by Takemichi?
Nah, bro. Even if that nigga did get knocked out, there ain't no way somebody gonna just straight up say like, "Oh yeah, that's the nigga that put me out." Ain't nobody gonna claim that L, bro. Nobody. That shit goes unclaimed.
Trust me, somebody witnessed it. It'd be a fight of 1,000 niggas every time, bro. Somebody saw Takemichi knock a nigga out. Was like, oh, the thing. You was that nigga.
You know how I get with the bros where y'all have an argument and somebody bring up some personal shit. Yeah, but you got your ass knocked out by Takemichi, nigga. Right? Yeah, you thought ain't nobody see. I saw, right? I saw
that. That shit be.
That's fucked up. Hey, that's why you got beat up. Hey, don't make me call Takemichi again. Like,
right?
For real. So that's what we doing. Hey, man, but hey, just true be kept, man. I want to say I appreciate the AfrOtaku podcast having me on here today. I've been listening to you guys for a long ass time, man. It's been a dream of mine to get on here and talk shit to Player 5 especially because of all the disrespect he be showing and all the love he got for Takemichi, Jugga, Gramps, MGG. Hey, I fuck with y'all. One Piece is too goddamn long, so I ain't gonna start with those fucking things. I can't. Hey, all these One Piece fans on there, bro.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
That shit too goddamn long. All right. And I watched 180 episodes. I turned that shit off. I was like, bro. And I wasn't even halfway to the point of getting interested in the shit. It's just too much shit happened. It's too much to keep up with all them goddamn characters and stuff like that. I can't follow the storyline. You know, I know he wanted to get to One Piece or some shit, but then they do 14,000 side missions. Like, hey, it's too fucking much. So y'all quit hyping that shit up like that. Find something else that people can actually get into and watch that shit and have some fucking common ground. Cause y'all niggas be blowing me with that shit. Oh yeah, One Piece the greatest. Shut the fuck up. That shit. If it was the greatest, then everybody would sit there for fucking 3 weeks and not do shit but watch that shit and be in the comment section going, "Oh yeah, this shit right here, hype as fuck." That shit is not the greatest. Y'all niggas just wake up, pick something else, cause that shit ain't it. But I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No problem.
I'll be tuning in. Anything else y'all got? Player 5. I'm gonna change your name to Sir Cap a lot. Don't worry.
Trust me. That is like his new alternative name on the podcast for sure. No, anytime he start capping, we be like, yo, Sir Cap a lot.
Oh, hey, he said Captain Cap-a-lot.
Captain Cap-a-lot.
Sir Cap-a-lot. Hey, I don't care what nomenclature you want to claim, bro. Like that's all you. And I was mad as hell because MGG was telling me to hold off on pressing that button. But you started talking about Takemichi. This is Takemichi podcast. I said, somebody boo this man. Boo this man. Boo. That shit cap. But I respect your standpoint on it. You saying that Takemichi, you explaining why Takemichi got the most heart to you. I mean, it makes sense, bro. But at some point in time, you got to have a progression. You can't just be like, L. Like, under the table W were like he sleeps some no name character ass nigga, bro. Like you hyping this man because he beat up the equivalent of a GTA civilian with him. That nigga got fucking hands. That nigga ain't got no hands, bro. Like he put 2 niggas to sleep, bro. Them is old ladies in GTA, bro. Come on now, like ain't nobody gonna celebrate that shit. You give me a W and he actually like on some Batman, like prep time that shit. He like, all right, this nigga got a bad knee. All right, he leaned to the left. And when he fucking step off that rock right there, I'm gonna catch that nigga with this fade. He finna go to sleep. Like, you give me something like that, bro. Hey, I'm gonna give him 5% heart. Not even like no fucking 95%. 5% heart. He only getting 5%, but he gotta work for that shit. It can't be no loss. Like with progression comes respect. Like I said, any nigga that wake up every day and step outside and catch a fucking L and you smiling and you happy to be catching these L's, nigga, like you just a masochist, bro. And you should be paying these niggas to put their hands.
Hell no.
You hear what I'm saying? That's some masochist ass shit, bro. Like, hey, y'all gotta watch out for that nigga because that you need the people that be into the weird shit, bro. So player 5, you hyping this man till you find out he like sleeping with goats or some shit. Just remember that. These BDSM niggas, weird niggas, bro. Just keep having in your mind. But I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for coming on. There
Absolutely.
might be a part 2 of this with you, bro. That shit was too funny, man.
Too funny,
Hey, I know how to get this shit to work now. So y'all just let me know what the deal is. I'll be on here.
All right, we got you. All right,
y'all.
thanks for coming on, Nick. Appreciate you.
Peace, bro.
All right.
Oh, that's a baby.
Well, and that was saying with your chest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that discussion was way hilarious, bro. I didn't think it was gonna go in that direction, but Nick, hey, shout out to you, Nick.
That was a hell of a way to start this whole series. Man,
I'll put some respect on. I'll put some respect on his opinion on Takamichi because he came through with the heart, said it with his motherfucking chest. But you will never get me to admit on camera that my man ain't the GOAT. He the GOAT, but I respect your opinion.
I've never seen somebody come on our show wanting so much smoke. Like,
So much. He said, fuck One Piece.
Like, nigga, we had other questions that we were gonna ask him, and we ain't gonna go through that shit.
Hey, bro.
I'm just like, yo, how you come on the Takamichi podcast talking shit about Takamichi?
I'm telling you.
But no, that was a great segment. Great segment, y'all.
100%. All right. On to the next one. Favorite black character. So first off, audience, what y'all are tripping. We released this favorite black character. Yeah, we released this favorite black character versus for Black History Month. The winners ended up being tied for first place. Killer being Yoruichi, which I have some questions that might lead into a bigger discussion for the group. Second place was Afro, and third place was Aokiji. Afro Samurai now being in first place. What is wrong with y'all? That's what I would say. We don't have nobody on the audience to defend themselves, but y'all should really rethink yourselves because there was a couple of people in the comments that was like, "Damn, I should have voted more because how did we get here?
How did this happen?"
Yeah, right. So,
bro, the fact that like I just can't get over it. Afro not winning is crazy.
I think it's shocking to me, but I wanted us to just give our picks. I mean, it might be Afro for all of us, but we could. Go ahead.
I was gonna say before we get that, can I just give my quick, knee-jerk response to some of this bullshit too?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Everybody can.
with this whole what was it, Yoruichi, which I did expect her to win, not because she better than Afro, but because I know Bleach fan niggas is out there.
Yeah,
and she was one of probably the most hyped characters at the time, so I suspected that. But Killer B, if y'all don't get this racist, tired ass, no bar having ass nigga up out of here,
that's the question I wanted to ask because somebody brought that up in the comments as well. Of like, hey, I get it, but like Killer B kind of like a racist stereotype character though. So I wanted to know how
garbage.
Right, and I want to know how we felt about like, do you guys feel like he subverts that? Like he rises above all of like the stereotypical things that tie to his character and makes him still a good character, or do you feel like that nigga's kind of a stereotypical black motherfucker, a little racist?
I'll give my.
So I got a quick question. Is that only? So what are all of the stereotypes that y'all are pointing out? Because the nigga got braids, the nigga is rapping. I don't see that nigga out here gang banging or some shit. Like what are all the
damn near
are really gang banging?
Yeah, damn near. He just didn't pull out guns. He didn't pull out guns, but like more or less, yeah, that's what he do. He around the village thugging, acting like an idiot.
He a gang bang. He wear all white. He pull up on the set.
Yeah,
nigga, that's what everybody's doing. That's what all these ninjas are doing.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Like it's hard to say like here's a list of stereotypes, but this is what I'll say. In comparison to the Cloud Village, full of other black motherfuckers, Killer B stands out as like a different motherfucker, and in more cases than not, stereotypical motherfucker. I mean, like, look at his, spiritual brother, A. That nigga just shows up as, I just happen to be black, but I'm a character, you know what I mean? Like, where Killer B is, like, yelling at you, like, hey, I'm a nigga. Like, every 5 seconds, you feel like he's trying to tell you he's black.
Yeah, like, think about Darui versus fucking Killer B.
Right.
That nigga, a ninja in the ninja world, fits. He could put him in any village. He'd just be the black guy. Killer B is the nigga of the village. You know what I'm saying? Like, my issue, and hear me out, I don't even find him, like, offensive. Like, I find Mr. Popo now offensive. I don't give a fuck what niggas trying to say. I find Jinx, the Pokemon, offensive. Like Big Lip, how Jocko used to be in Shaman King, offensive. Yeah. I don't find Killer B offensive. Like, especially when I know SoundCloud niggas. He's just a SoundCloud nigga. You feel me? Right. But like
with hands.
Yeah, I at least he wasn't a goofball. Like, that nigga actually one of the strongest characters in
the
the
show. Lock rock. That's why I'm like, I can't put a bunch of disrespect on that nigga. That nigga still had mad hands.
Right. But I think that's, or whatever, here's the question I'll ask. Yeah, exactly. Like, I agree with, like, Player 5 in that, like, I don't find him offensive. I may not be the person to speak on it because, I'm first generation, so I don't have the full ties to the African American culture you guys do. But what I will say, though, is, I just had the question in my head and fucking forgot it. Fuck. Oh, there we go. If he didn't body niggas and was just Killer B, a weak ass nigga in the village acting the way he acted, would we have felt as much love for that nigga? I personally feel like no. Like Player 5, I don't think niggas will rock with him that way. And I think we would call out the stereotypes a lot more. But because he went hard and he dropped the main character nigga, everyone's like, we could forgive that. Like, if Mr. Popo popped up and jawed Brawley, niggas would probably still think that nigga racist, but they'd be like, he did jaw that nigga Brawley, though. Like, give him some save. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. His power truly is saving him. Yeah. I believe that 110%. And then, like, I ain't going to even get into it, but get into it. I don't think that Killer B is a high quality black anime character. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna let all of us finish, but I gotta talk about this. All you niggas out there voting Piccolo as y'all #1 black character, that nigga alien. He not black and his voice actor white. His voice actor white. That's like letting Eminem win the best black rapper award. Stop it. You can invite him to your cookout. That is fine. I accept that. Piccolo is invited to the cookout. If he's in your thing as a little joke, hee hee ha ha. Yeah. If you controlling the vote, rig that shit, nigga. He should not be one. He should not be one.
I think that was my lesson learned from like the last couple of Black History Months. This is my accountability moment here. I did put him in, I think like two years ago or some shit like that in one of our Black History Month things is like celebrating Piccolo. I can take accountability that nigga's not black and the alien. Totally own that. I was one of them niggas back in the day. But I can understand now how, I guess, rude or disrespectful it might be to like really claim him in comparison to the amount of black characters we have now. You know what I mean? We're now at a point where we are seeing good versions of black characters before where we pretty much had to just go like, shit nigga, you brown, you black, until you tell us otherwise. Mm-hmm. Like Chad was almost a black motherfucker until they told us this nigga was explicitly Mexican. Like as soon as they said this nigga was Hispanic, we was like, all right, fine, we can't claim you because you told us for sure. But if they didn't, niggas would have been like, yep, Chad black too, come on.
Speaking of that very topic, we had some nigga like message us. I guess he was hot. This nigga was like, Yoruichi not black, she Indian. First of all, head ass. I didn't type to you head ass, but let me just say it. I'm like, that is the rule when dealing with people who are not first of all, if they don't tell you the race in anime, one, you can only assume one of two things. They're Asian, or that, okay, you can kind of be ambiguous with their race. Mm-hmm. If that bitch look black, Quack Black, I'm gonna call her Black until they say something different.
Right.
And if you believe that she was Indian, how, my nigga? What makes her Indian?
Hmm.
Yeah, you gonna say some real racist shit.
Hey,
Shut up,
boom,
nigga.
that's setup. Hey, that's the setup.
Exactly. It's a setup. You can't win. It's already subjective, and I think I got the high ground in actually being black to say that maybe she black.
Right.
But that's my little bit on putting that.
I feel you. I saw the chat and I was just like, oh, these people really exist. Because like I be hearing it, but I guess maybe we're coming to the clout level where we're starting to see like the like weird. Because you hear it in the community all the time, like white people who police cosplaying, like all this shit. So I was just like, oh yeah, that happens, but like not us. But then I saw that message and I saw your response, and I was like, oh, these niggas really exist. Whoops.
Right? I was like, bro, you big man.
Right, like it was really an issue. I was like, first of all, Black History Month tournament, right there for all you allied people in general. That means shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. Just let the tournament go how it was gonna go. Don't add none of your commentary. Just let it be what it was. But he was like, yo, I see this, and I feel like I need to insert myself into this conversation.
And this fictional character.
Right.
Like, I need to police the race of this fictional character.
Human character, too. Let's not...
Right, she's...
Right. No,
I
saw
she's
that.
not
He
even
said she's a soul.
Probably her race is a soul. What are you talking about, bro? She's not even human.
In anime too, that we dealing with fictional characters that aren't even human half of the time. Like you really got to think about this issue of race. Like Prayer Flag was saying, race isn't defined unless like explicitly defined in the series. If not, you can say whatever you want, and you would still technically be right. So it don't matter.
Right.
But I don't know. People feel how people feel. I guess
they gonna feel how they feel. If somebody were to say that she was a very dark Japanese person, I think I would be willing to take that L quicker 100%. Because we got her last name at the very least. Like, at least, you know, but that nigga was goofy.
Afro should have won. I mean, but I think the same thing applies to Aokiji. Niggas are definitely saying that he's Asian as fuck because supposedly he's portrayed from an Asian guy or whatever. But I'm like, hey, I feel like he's black.
That curl pattern. So, that curl pattern in that nigga hair tells me otherwise. Fuck out of here, bro. What the hell? I'm serious.
Thank you.
Just point me out these mystical light-skinned people y'all be running into with 4C hair, and I'll stop talking about it. You know, I'm like, oh, I guess they out here.
I'm telling you, like, what? Look at this nigga. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing I be having with the issue I be having with the community sometimes is like this thing, right? Especially this, because it's goofy from the aspect of like not even what you guys are talking about, but characters, but like this is Japanese based. Like there's been videos of a nigga going through Japan, showing them anime characters and them saying that's a Japanese person. That's a Japanese person. That's a Japanese person. But on the American side, because of how they look, it's automatically assumed to most people that they're white. But in most cases, Japanese people identify with these people as Japanese. So even what you're saying half the time be sounding stupid because they'd be like, oh yeah, well these characters clearly white. No, actually they're clearly Japanese to Japanese people. So what are you talking about? It's all abstract, right? It's like what? Whatever, bro. I'm off my soapbox with that, bro. I'm done with racists. I've had enough. But yeah. In general, though, what would be your guys' top 3, at least here, as far as the black characters go? And then I can remind us of the list. Do we want to go like matchup, or I'll just give the list of characters? You guys give your top 3. Actually, let me just get a list, and then you guys get your top 3. Let's make it a little bit faster. So the list we have is Afro from Afro Samurai, Biscuit, Olivia from Baki from Naruto, Brock from Pokemon, Ogun from Fire Force, Yoruichi from Bleach, Canary from Hunter x Hunter, Aokiji from One Piece. What's y'all top 3?
Top 3?
Yeah, what's y'all top 3?
I'll go mine or Yoruichi for the reasons I already said. Afro, you can really interchange those 1 and 2. And then my third, I'm putting mine on Brock personal. That's a personal one. Not what I would suspect to win. Brock should be number 3. He did more for me growing up than the rest of them niggas.
Interesting.
That's fair.
Well, for me, I can't put Biscuit in there because I would have put him in there before I knew about like the whole fat white woman thing, bro. Like that shit was a little nasty to me. I just didn't enjoy the optics of it. I don't know if the writer did that intentionally or not, but the optics of it just didn't look right. So Biscuit is off the list for me. 1 has to be Afro. 2 is tough. I do like Yoruichi, but I've always felt like on the ambiguous side for her, so I can't necessarily say it's there. As far as like, it's tough. I would tie it between Aokiji and Ogun. I just like Ogun as a character, how he showed up. I like the inspiration for his character, and I think he showed up as like a solidly important person. So it wasn't like he was just kind of like a background character. When he was introduced, niggas fuck with him. I think even if he wasn't black, you saw him and were like, yo, this nigga looks interesting and hard. And Aokiji just because like his suave, cool mentality. And then last, I would put Canary. The only problem I have with Canary is that like I saw a lot of people bigging her up. My biggest issue is that we really didn't get much character development from her. So it's like hard for me to really compare her to everyone here because I feel like her showing up was just like, hey, I'm crushing on Killua and I got some hands. Like that's about it. And it seemed like the Togashi wanted to build her character a little bit more, but he never got around to it. So if he ever goes back to writing Hunter x Hunter and builds her more, she might move up. But I just want to put some respect on her name, so she like 3rd for me.
All right, so this I'll do with mine. I definitely didn't expect this list, but this is just my top 3 based on preference. I'm gonna go with Aokiji just because he's like out of all characters in total, he's one of my top favorite characters. So with him being black, also black in my opinion, I'm gonna put him at the top of that list. For number 2 and 3, I can actually switch between the two, just because I didn't really watch. I don't really know enough about these 2 characters. I'm gonna go with Afro and Ogun. In all honesty, yeah, I know of Afro Samurai. I've seen probably a few episodes or whatever, but I've never actually dived deep into it. So I just know of him, and I don't think I've gotten far enough within Fire Force to really get to know Ogun. But I definitely love the nigga's character design. So if I had to slightly edge over him, I would put Ogun at my number 2, Afro at number 3.
That's interesting. And you know something? In a little bit of anime news, they just confirmed that Fire Force and Soul Eater take place in the same world.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did they really?
Yeah, they said the end of the Fire Force manga basically tied the 2 together in some way. So I've been trying to read the manga to like see that part. But yeah, I heard that as well.
fair.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's curious. Anyways,
I mean, it's not that hard to like tie it, sort of. I think the way they tied it was not in the necessary. The way I heard they tied it is not necessarily how you think. Meaning that like they might be in the same multiverse. I think it's kind of like that's the way I felt like it was presented to me. It's like they're in the same multiverse, but not necessarily like Soul Eater is a prequel to 1 or vice versa. It's more like tangentially related, but
So it's on some Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron type shit.
that type shit, maybe. But I gotta read it to confirm. But that's what I was told to me. It's like he did some shit, kind of created some shit.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
This is actually a little tough. The best way I could say it is that like tied for first and second in a weird way is probably for me Afro and Killer B. Afro for pretty much the basic reasons that he was just just an all around dope character, and then 2 because like Sam Jackson is like the voice actor, because that was hilarious to me. And then Killer B was just because of like the pure feats, and then also as far as like the how do you want to put it? But like the opposite take that they described his backstory and his come up as a Jinchuriki compared to Naruto's. I thought in that way it was like a bit inspirational how he was able to stay positive and still made himself do mad work and end up getting the kind of clout that Naruto deserved. Like you saw like a lot earlier. So like his come up was actually big ups, and then also. Granted, like based on the reasons we say before, how you could definitely argue it's racist, but in my opinion, you could also look at his viewpoint and like his lame raps as also an escape as far as to when, because he was like rapping for a while. Granted, again, always bad, but he would just always escape into music whenever the village would be on his ish for being a Jinchuriki. So I was like, oh, that's definitely big ups and something that I could kind of relate to in a sense too, at least when I was younger. So that's at least why Killer Bee is so high for me. And then again, the feats. And then third, Aokiji, just because that's just a cool, smooth, suave mother effer. Just period. So
I'm gonna just say something to defend Killer Bee real quick. I know that in our language, the nigga can't rhyme for shit. But we gotta remember that the shit is translated, so he might actually be having bars in the original language, as far as I know.
I feel like I've seen somewhere that that's not entirely true. I mean, I'm not saying you are wrong or right, but I don't think you are. I'll have to look that up. I don't know.
This is what I'm gonna say. I feel like if a Japanese person were to watch Castlevania and be like, yo, this shit mid, I think that they opinion on that should weigh. Even though that it was made in a different country, because they originated the anime. You feel me?
Sure.
So as black people being originators of rap, I listen to rap that I don't even know what the fuck them niggas talking about, and I can tell if you got bars. That nigga B ain't got that shit, bro.
Hey,
I heard that nigga in Japanese
opening. That first opening.
Don't know what them niggas was saying, but they was
spitting. Bro. They was riding the beat for sure.
I heard that nigga in Japanese. That nigga ain't got no bars, bro. I think he canonically trash.
Damn.
I can agree with that. I don't know if I ever held weight to any of his bars. Second, any of them bars memorable? I don't remember seeing what shit that nigga said.
Nope. So I know he told Sasuke he was gonna die.
In rap?
Mm-hmm, in rap form.
I missed that one.
Then proceeded to fold that nigga. That was hilarious.
Hey.
That's true.
But they did, like, I be agreeing that he did fold Sasuke in them. But I do feel like we forget that he did get captured at the end, even though he technically didn't get captured at the end.
He made him believe.
And then finessed him. So they kind of like, because they did technically come to a W against him because they captured him, but it wasn't really him. So then it was an L.
This is my issue, is that we find out in the end that nigga B just wanted to run away from the village and dick around.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm like, if that nigga was like, oh, I'm on the outrun, I'm like, I'm on the run because them niggas think they caught me, I'd have take that. But that nigga was like, yeah, this is my excuse, boy, I'm out of here. So, yeah.
No.
Fair point. All
right, hey, shitty job, Cloud Village. By the way, y'all had 2 Jinchurikis get pulled up in your village. Like, where the guards at, nigga? Like,
hey, out there doing some other shit, bro. Ain't you the fastest? Ain't you the fastest? That's fair. I think Cloud Village is a very out for yourself type ass place. They were just like, well, you couldn't beat him, right? You couldn't beat him. Oh well, that's what's supposed to happen.
Jinchuriki, what I need him for, right? Like,
right, exactly. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, it had to have been started by is it the third or the fourth or the first? The nigga who was invincible. It had to be started by him. Oh, the third, because he was probably moving around like, hey, bro, I can't get touched. You can't, like, just expecting people to have the same invincibility as he does in the village. Like,
imagine being in that village and they like, Mr. Hokage, the defense budget is 0. Pull up.
Right.
Tell him I said pull up.
I'm here.
I don't need no guards. I don't need none of that. Pull up.
I'm here, bro. I'm telling you. All All right, moving on to the next anime topic: most disrespectful moments in anime. So this is just each of us going around sharing some of our memorable, most disrespectful moments in anime. Um, Anybody who wants to go first can go ahead and jump in.
I'm gonna talk about. I mean, it's not even really talk about a fight, but that massacre between Tamari and Tintin. I thought it was disrespectful for the fight itself. One, to the writers to Tintin, and just damn, like
The pose at the end. Oh,
like when you just think about it, it's like fuck. Like they really didn't give her a chance in any
Put her on the
aspect
fan.
for everything that like Tintin brought out. And if you really think about it, it's like, okay, she's a weapons expert with not really like any elemental jutsu that we've kind of, like really in Naruto. But the jutsu as a whole, as like, like her like, out of pocket, yo, this is like my secret move. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like for a beginning, that was a decently, set up move, but it's just like, nah, you literally up against your mortal enemy that can body you with one shot if she really wanted to. You had no hope. We just want to see you get dragged. It was like, damn, like this was her first like highlight spotlight. You couldn't even get her like no jabs in the fight. No, you just gonna get bodied completely, start to finish, and literally back broken on a fan in the end.
It was effectively a grand opening, grand closing for all weapons in Naruto. Like we had some hope for them at some point, like, but we always saw the kunais basically being used. Like there would be a nigga stabbed with a kunai in every episode. The very first time you saw it, you were like, "Oh, that nigga really got stabbed," and then it was like, "Nah, substitution jutsu." And then after that, you just pretty much were like, "It's a substitution jutsu." Her taking that L pretty much ruined any hope I had for weapons. The only time it came back for half a second was in Shippuden when Toby fought Paper Bomb Chick. She almost put respect on Paper Bombs again for like half a second because she almost took that nigga Toby out. And I was like, you did it with Paper Bombs. Like, we haven't seen that do shit in a long time. But no, yeah, that single-handedly ended any hope anybody had of weapons being cool in Naruto. Was Tenten getting dropped like that for sure, bro.
It was just cold.
Horrible.
I got a couple actually.
Hey,
I got.
I want to put. Oh, you go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say Mustang versus Envy, because there was literally 100% hate in that nigga's heart as soon as he saw that chick, just straight up, just snapping at her ass, and he didn't give that chick a single fucking chance. He didn't even let the bitch talk. She time out. Nope, ain't no time out, bitch. Just get this work. I'm like, damn, bro, chill. Let at least get a breath. Nope. Just get this work.
Honestly, and that's a good point if you think about it, right? Because like we were all feeling. Oh man, I can't think about Buddy's name, but like the body who Envy dropped, like we were all feeling that, right? And it's like, yeah, Envy deserves to get this work. And then when it was actually happening, we were actually feeling it for her.
Yeah,
it was just like, damn, like it really made you think about yourself and like the whole show a little bit. So
I want to put a bonus onto that. I will say this counts as that same ass whooping part 2. But in the original Full Metal, he did the same thing to Lust.
oh yeah.
With an equal amount of fuck you in every snap.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespectful.
Exactly.
I got multiple as well, but I'll let you go on here.
I was gonna say one. This just made me think of Full Metal Alchemist, the first one, when my boy drugged that rock on his back. Scar, when he drugged that rock around the whole town in the first Full Metal Alchemist to make that giant transmutation circle and turn that whole city into a stone. That was disrespectful. But I wanted to bring up the disrespect anytime Killua wanted to just prove a point to a fodder villain. It was just the most disrespectful kills, like putting a nigga heart in a bag. That one bitch had her screen rotated. You feel me? Like, this nigga Killua will really be like, I'm about to disrespect you.
Yo, this nigga literally, he pulled off shit that niggas rap about in their songs or whatever. Like, if you think about lyrics that Wayne was saying in rap, Killua has done that shit.
The hardest bars.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that nigga Killer was wild. I want to put some respect on how they did my nigga Boji in Ranking of the Kings. My man is mute and he deaf. Got zero physical potential. He about 3'11", can't hurt a soul, and they still gonna usurp this nigga throne. That's some real soft shit. And after that nigga beat you in a sword fight for real, he really beat that nigga too.
Big
And then
fact.
he gonna do him dirty.
They was so grimy for that. He was like, "That's you talking about the sword fight, right? Like that's
Yeah, the
not
sword
how,
fight.
that's not how real men fight." I was like, "You bitch ass nigga."
I'm like,
He
I thought
was
real
jawing
niggas
this
win
mother-
fights.
right? Like he
Fuck
was
you,
definitely
man.
winning that shit.
Did my
Wow.
nigga dirty. That's the dirty. If you want to see people get done dirty, you watch Ranking of the Kings. Everybody gets some. It's to the point where I don't feel like anybody a piece of shit because it's just a whole cycle of niggas getting done dirty and
Right.
doing the next nigga dirty. Like
Exactly. They just pass on the blessings, bro.
Yeah, bro. Fucked up.
All right. I honestly could probably go through historical, like, give you the most disrespectful from each anime to me. Since I've been doing this great moments in anime history, I'm gonna call out my favorite from that, which was Yusuke versus Toguro. That second time, I guess. So what happened was like right before I think they thought they beat Toguro but didn't. But basically this was Toguro introducing the Dark Tournament to Yusuke. This nigga took out a whole building on this nigga's head. He literally was like, "Hey, bro, you gonna come to this Dark Tournament, or I'm gonna kill everyone you love. And just so I let you know, I'm gonna take out this whole building in front of your face." Like Yusuke was just standing there, and this nigga was smashing pillars left and right, buried this motherfucker, and Yusuke was shook. It was the first time I seen an anime character that shook, and also it was just fucking like, this nigga Toguro is like something else. He's really bought that action. So then the other moment that I would go to after that is Kenpachi in Bleach. And that was when he used two-handed sword against this nigga, whatever the fuck his name was. This Espada nigga was dropping Ichigo, talking that big shit. He dropped Ichigo's secret come-up character, Nell.
Oh, no.
And Kenpachi came, and Kenpachi was like, "Oh, cool, you're semi-interesting. We thinking we finna get a serious power-up from Kenpachi." Kenpachi's like, "No, this whole time, I haven't actually been using swordsmanship skills. Because if I use my actual swordsmanship skills, everybody would just die, and the fight wouldn't be fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use Kendo on you, motherfucker. And I'm gonna show you how this shit go." And he proceeded to disrespect this nigga who was talking mad shit just by actually using swordsmanship. Like the disrespect on it. This whole time, I've just been madly flinging my sword around, and it's still been difficult for you. But don't worry, I'm gonna use swordsmanship for real because I like you. And you still gonna take an L, bro.
No, I remember
So,
that, bro. That was one slice, wasn't it? Like he literally beat
Oh,
him
yeah.
that, like it was practically like he was healed up. I still got to go. He was like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
bet, 2 hands. Go.
and then the last one, I have to do it for modern day. I went past, present. This is current or future. Gojo versus Jugo, bro. Or Jogo, whatever the fuck his name is, bro. This nigga talked mad shit. Hey, fuck that nigga Gojo. I take him out right now. He ain't ready for these flame powers. Bet. Gojo came, whooped this nigga ass, but not only did he whoop his ass, he taught Yuji a lesson while whooping this nigga's ass. Like, he's telling you, you are beneath dirt to me. So much so that I'm gonna be like, wait, hold on. Let me get my student so he can learn some things while I'm whooping your ass real quick. Grab Yuji and was like, "Hey, Yuji, watch this. Don't worry about it. You ain't gotta leave. You don't have to take no type of safe distance. I'm gonna beat this nigga right here, right now. Just watch." And jaw at this motherfucker, Jogo, whatever the fuck his name is. And like he still talks shit after that, but it was like he was disrespected so much you could never believe what that nigga said after that moment, bro.
You made me think of another disrespectful moment when you was talking about Toguro. Remind me of my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain, Super Boo. When Super Boo whooped everybody ass, and they was like, "Damn, we need some time," and they was like, "Hey, Boo, go kill everybody else on the planet and then come back to us." And my nigga was like, they was like, yeah, this gonna give us some time. My man put his hand up and blinked everybody right there. Everybody on the planet, 30 seconds tops. Look back at them niggas like, where that nigga Goku at, bro? Like, that was disrespectful.
Bro.
Cold, man.
Oh my god. I almost forgot about that. This
Super
kid,
Boo
what
built
did he do?
different.
I think he took like a lap, right? He took like a lap, said, okay, all right, okay. All right,
Do. Everybody dead.
oh my god, dude. Woo. Man.
Oh, Gramps, you like muted. You saying something, but I can't hear you.
Oh, shit.
Can y'all hear him? Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, we can hear him.
We can't talk about disrespectful unless we talk about literally the whole beginning of Rising Up the Shield Hero. Because literally everything that nigga went through was the epitome of disrespect. Man, that shit was so damn disrespectful. I was hoping that the nigga would have turned into a damn villain and just said, fuck it, I'm finna kill everybody.
I mean,
That's how much disrespect the man had.
Pretty much there.
That was fed to him. And for him to, still just come back and say, you know what? I'ma still be a good guy. I'ma still help y'all niggas out. Yeah, I'm gonna expose the niggas that's out here on dirt or whatever. And I'm gonna get this chick named Bitch.
That shit was hilarious. Hey, bro, your name is Bitch now.
But literally, the whole beginning of that show was just complete disrespect. I was heated for him just watching all that shit.
That's what made the show so funny. Was just like, because you as an audience member, you're just watching it and you're like literally like with Naofumi in the moment of like, is this shit really happening to this nigga? Like, y'all summoned him here and you're on that with him, bro. For real?
Like, damn. And then I got one more. Just because we had so much fucking hype for the moment when this nigga Toriko's third demon came out. Because we saw all the shit that Neo was doing or whatever. We saw all the shit that this nigga did and all these other universes eating every creature and then moving to the next universe and started eating more creatures and whatever. We're like, yo, this nigga Neo just leveled up or whatever. Yo, he might be unstoppable. So the nigga Toriko's third demon came out. We're thinking, yo, these niggas about to go at it, bro. This fight is about to be fucking ridiculous. That nigga third demon came out and said, yo, Neo. Boop. I was like, no. Whoa, this nigga's on a whole nother level. This nigga's 50 levels over this man. So that was literally the most disrespectful moment because the nigga just poked his ass and completely destroyed every molecule in his body. He didn't even have the one punch man to punch his ass. That nigga said poke.
Right.
So that was ultimate disrespect right there as well.
I gotta come up with two more, and then that'll be it for me, bro. We can't forget about sports anime, and the two moments that I'm gonna call out first, I'm gonna go with the lighter one, Hinamaru no Sumo. Anytime they dropped that nigga Leapfrog was disrespectful because they for this nigga every time. Like he was gonna catch one W, like he was gonna get one, and he would just get slapped to the ground so disrespectfully, bro. It would just be like, on the other side, it's like I didn't want him to take that L, but everyone felt the disrespect to Leapfrog every time he was in the match.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, Kuroko no Basket, forget dude name, green-haired motherfucker. The first time they versed green-haired motherfucker, and he went to the other end of the court, and this nigga bounced the ball and said, bro, it's going in. And that shit dropped. I would have left the court right then. I don't know what fucking basketball y'all niggas playing, but it's not my basketball. Kuroko, you take it from here, my nigga. I'm out, bro. I would have been done.
I want to give one little add-on bonus to Kuroko's. When Kuroko finally crossed the first nigga up and he went for that layup, his music playing, and we like, yo, and then big homie Murasaki bar glove his shit, bro. I'm like, bro, Kuroko can't even shoot like that. And you gonna put his shit to the glass, nigga? That's fucked up. That would be like a nigga my size, like fucking stuffing a kindergartner, bro. That was not cool.
Right?
That is true. That is true.
Bro, sports anime has some for sure. That's all I'll say. Go through some sports anime, you're gonna see some disrespectful ass shit. Especially from the mains.
I thought you were gonna bring up Genobabu with all that shit he was talking.
Yeah, but like that drop was disrespectful, but they still gave like a little bit of competition. It would have been crazier if Chihiro just like dropped him immediately. But they made it seem like he had some chance before they dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair though, I don't call that disrespectful because if we being real, that nigga Chihiro was like the second main character.
True.
So like he got dropped by Sasuke. Like
right.
Yeah.
That was the best fight you was gonna have in your life, my boy.
Right, you went right back to judo after that. You said this shit ain't for me. I'm going back to judo. But yeah, any other disrespectful moments? All right, let's cap it off with some manga highlights. So, kicking it off with Black Clover. It's not been much developments besides I think the biggest one outside of the fights and the combo move that I want to talk about too. Was we finally got the name of that no-name demon, which is like Aldramech or something like that. I tried looking it up to see if I could get some hints about his thing. I believe it's a Hebrew like demon or deity, maybe a god or fallen angel or some shit. But I didn't get much on what his powers were from the mythos side of things to give me any hints as to what he might do in Black Clover. I don't know if anybody else went through and looked it up or have any ideas, but I know that was like a significant reveal. He was like, "Hey, help me out, Aldramech," and that nigga was like, "Nah, don't feel like it." I was like,
Yeah.
"To the demon king?"
I wasn't ready for that, low key. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I back in the day used to look into a lot of like Greek and like Norse mythology. So I'll be peeping when they use that in Demon Slayer or Black Clover.
Yeah.
But I do not know about any of this like, demon Christian lore shit they be doing. No idea who that nigga is. I thought he was just a drippy nigga.
Same.
Not like he got drip, but like he actually be dripping. It looked.
Oh, you thought that was his power?
Yeah, he looked slimy, bro. Like, oh, he was a slime nigga.
Y'all funny.
I want to say, shit. Also about Black Clover. I think very important. Yami got a fucking devil heart. It looked like that's fucking bold,
right?
Yeah,
no, that's true.
So that makes me feel good because I've been getting scared. Like, man, I think Black Clover gonna end on these niggas for real. But if they don't use that devil shit with Yami right here, right now, then surely that's gonna come up in some later chapters and stuff like that.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's opening the gate to him continuing to be at the top of the list. I mean, I think eventually Austin and them will catch up. But I think that devil heart thing is going to be the thing that allows him to do like goated shit in these future fights where we're like, oh shit, you're not like it's not only Asta pulling out these god tier moves or Noel, like Yami has some shit in the back pocket as well. Right. I think that's what that devil heart's gonna help with.
Yeah.
But I did like the combo mana zone. I thought that was a great piece of power building, like showing that we could have that variety where Noct can like really support Yami and being broken. Even though Lucifero just shitted on it, like outside of Lucifero, that would be pretty dangerous. Like unlimited moves, like it's basically to me as almost as OP as what Real did with the whole universe thing. You basically are supporting Yami to be like use his mana zone as much as he possibly wants because you're just creating shit out that. So
yeah, I thought that was
like you said, it opens the door a lot to now like combo attacks, more like actual big ups to support mages, which again I'm gonna just say just a little hint for people who forget, great. One of the best support mages that they've introduced so far, and now she has a very viable open door to do some mad work.
Yeah,
and they've been doing combo magic for a while too. And the Black Bull Power Rangers have been the masters of that. The only other character I think this might help to make him more interesting is Tito, bro. Like Tito's just been out there solo dolo for a while. I feel like this combo shit might make him a little bit more important. I mean, for example, Zora. I forgot to note that, but Zora
That's good.
Hey, that was a nice way to come up in the beginning of the year, bro.
No,
It wasn't Magna's level, but for a broke nigga, that definitely was a level the playing field type move this nigga pulled.
Yeah.
Having a trap on his body and punching Lucifero, that's a highlight on his character at least. So
Yeah.
shout out to him.
I will give him that respect. Like, he probably the only nigga in the history of eternity that actually jawed Lucifero and he felt that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's something when we just literally saw Mara Leona giving that nigga the ones and twos and he ate it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? So
Right.
I'd be okay to die that. Like, yo, I died, gave him Lucifero. That nigga felt me. Fuck you mean? Like, he felt that.
That's the shit that lives on in the village for a while. Like that's that shit that gives him that name where niggas just respect him in the bar. Like, oh, that's that nigga that punched Lucifero. Like,
That's Zora Satan fist over there.
Right.
Like, why they call him that? We don't talk about it. Like, telling you.
So yeah,
you know, I wanna put a little respect on. Actually, no. I want to point this out. Usually, I am on this man's side. I give him the title, Clover, but officially one of the ops now. Like, bro, you this last chapter, that nigga picked Yami.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. I was a little hurt by that. I was like, you love Vengeance that much? Like, I was like, really? You really fuck with that nigga that much, huh? Okay.
I choose the nigga that Captain Vajji gave his sword to.
My
nigga over there?
That's what I'm saying. My issue with Vengeance is like, y'all, Golden Dawn really only met Vengeance for all of like, what, a year maybe? Because I honestly feel like with the whole Lich thing going on, that Vengeance you guys knew, like, yeah, he had control of the body and shit, but like, that wasn't really that nigga, you know what I mean? Until after the elf left. So I'm like, you really only knew this nigga for a year and you that in love with him?
Mm-hmm. Let's not even cap here. No matter what he says, no matter how much he apologized for doing what he did, bro, the only reason he put you on your team because you had an elf in you.
Exactly. So he used you, nigga. Like,
you probably didn't even want you on his squad for real.
Right.
Then got all you niggas murked.
I'm telling you. Honestly, would have been a Black Bull if it wasn't for the elf thing. Because he an orphan nigga, no royalty whatsoever until now, But at the time, he's an orphan nigga. None of the other crews besides maybe Jack's crew would have wanted him. And he doesn't. Yeah, there's no way he's going to Jack's crew. Too many weird niggas.
Clover Guardo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so the purple niggas would have tried to recruit him too.
They was dick riding the 4-leaf clover. They'd have took him.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
But no, that was it's a good point. I mean, that's cool. That's literally probably the first time he hasn't bet on Asta. So it's just like,
Shit.
I do like to see though that like as another note to Black Clover's writing and like true appreciation for the art of battle shonen, every Black Bull got spotlight. Every single one of them. They got significant spotlight. I don't think we've missed a single one. Luck got spotlight. What you mean?
Did not get a come up yet.
The Black Bull Power Rangers.
He did.
The Black Bull Power Rangers did their moment, bro. Like, I don't consider Ghost a singular character anymore. They've roped him with the Black Bull Power Rangers, bro.
Okay,
I can't see him by himself.
Gauche is the only attack mage on the Black Bulls that don't get a standout. Because Luck's still getting his standout. Luck learned ultimate magic. Like, he the only attack mage that, like, niggas is, like...
sleeping on.
Join the rest of the support mages, nigga. Like, what? He was one of the strongest Black Bulls at a point.
But he's your Red Ranger. It's basically the way I see it. He the Red Ranger of the Black Bull Power Rangers. Like, he's the attack mage of that group. So, I
don't disrespect my boy like that. He not one of them niggas.
Look, I agree with you that eventually I do think he should splinter off. He's shown enough to where he should be getting his own individual respect. But for right now, that nigga's riding the Black Bull Power Rangers, so I will say he at least got spotlight. Will I say it's the spotlight he deserved? No. But what I will say is compared to other shonen, right? Battle shonen specifically, we never see the entire group get shine like that. Where everyone has done something of note. Because everyone has done something of note in this arc. Like, the Black Bull Power Rangers came down and bodied Morris. Like, that is a significant achievement for their group. You know what I mean? Luck has done. Everybody did something of significant note, even more than some of the captains in some cases. So captains
Almost
been
all them
looking like
niggas
shit.
did better than these captains.
The
If I was
captains
them
looking like
niggas,
shit.
especially like my nigga Pharaoh who be needing the money, I'm like, hey, I need a check.
Right?
Y'all gotta cut me a check. I need a captain check. I need a captain check. Cause I know this nigga over here, I'm pointing at you, Vortex nigga. I know he not getting paid more than me.
Right.
I know he ain't getting paid more than me.
How longer is the vice captain doing more than all the captains? How not the vice captain doing more than all the captain? How do you like? Because I'll get the black fools they're saved. Like they're secretly goaded niggas all grouped in there. But if you take the niggas outside of them, Langer shouldn't be doing more work than y'all. Fucking not low-key shouldn't be doing more work than y'all either. But all y'all have the epitome of what they did was get dropped by Lucifero. We didn't even see their individual fights with some of these motherfuckers. Like besides Jack and Dante.
That's true.
Shame on them.
Wow.
They
And
need
you
a
know what
training
I was
arc.
disappointed into? Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This may be controversial. You heard it here first. For Golion, you my boy. You gotta give it up. You gotta give up Salamander, and it needs to go to Tito. It gotta go to Tito.
That's fair.
And you know
Marileona
what?
don't need
you
it.
done too. She don't need it, and she about to be a spirit herself, and she done. He need to get that to the younger generation because we watched Fuegoleon. We had multiple chances when them demons came out, when Dante was whooping niggas, a demon. He saw his sister soloing the demon. He has so many chances to do something. He ain't did nothing. Get that
At
thing
all.
up.
And then even
Give it
his
to
fight,
Tito at this
his
point.
fight in the Elf arc was really a combo with Marileona, right? Or did he have an individual fight? So it's like, yeah, bro. I'm disappointed in Fuego Leon too. Fuck that.
We ain't
bro.
seen this nigga do shit since the day he got the Salamander. He really got to give it up.
He was talking big shit, bro. Big shit. Like him and Nazel were really talking like they were on Yami's level in terms of this competition for strongest. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it, y'all.
I felt even a little more disrespectful because I don't think they were considering Yami. It was like, oh,
Right,
it's
big
between me
facts.
and you. Like, clearly not, motherfucker. Get rid of
Dumbass royals, bro. These royals got it fucked up. These royals got it fucked up. How all these people you excommunicated from the royal community out here outperforming y'all ass? Y'all parents was spit in your faces like you're a disgrace.
Pathetic. And you know, really, it's just what's her name, Noelle, carrying these niggas. And
100%.
speaking of Noelle, where that bitch at? I bet she over there like shit.
Taking a break. Mimosa, you got
She
this.
did body a demon, so I
Yeah.
actually don't even mind that.
She completed her character arc.
So did you know came back and scrapped.
But bro,
Hey.
the show's called Clover.
Let me tell you something. Look, if I was Noelle, shit, my character art was over once Megacula was done, bro. Put me on the train back home, nigga. I'm gone.
But you know the worst part is Nozel is there, so it's like I know you could have got a ride. She was like, nah, I'm gonna stay with the queen. She need me.
Right? She pulled a Fuegoleon. Fuegoleon walked in that bitch. He saw all them hard ass niggas. He said, "What Marileona doing outside? Let me go outside." See what's Oh man. Yeah, I don't think she's showing up though. I think that you're right. She's gonna be a ghost till this shit is over with and be like, "What y'all do? Y'all did what?" I'm
Oh,
good.
crazy! Wow.
All right. Anything else on Black Clover? All right, My Hero Academia. I'm gonna call out this, bro. This recent chapter, while I am happy to see that other characters are doing stuff, I feel like not in the way that I would have wanted them to do it. I feel like they made people support heroes that should have been action heroes, and they made and then the ones who should have been support heroes aren't even showing up right now. So it was cool to see hey, y'all thought about how to get this nigga Tomura or whatever. I felt like Momo was in her right place, being the hey, I just create materials to help this shit go. Thought that was cool. I felt iffy on how they were using the electric power niggas. I felt like there was a better way to use them. I just see them as more attack based niggas than just like, hey, we're the 4 batteries for this entire flying thing.
Can you
And
remember
then, you know,
what Manga Buddy does? In all honesty,
oh, he turned himself into electricity because his power is he like takes on the. He's like, what is it, an onomatopoeia where you like do what your sound is or something. So whatever he changes his word to is what his ability is. So if he turned into water, he would have the attributes of water. So I think he just was like hey,
zap,
I'm electricity.
zap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably kept saying zap over.
Oh, there you go. So yeah.
Zap.
Damn.
Well.
My bad. I ain't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was it. I just am a little disappointed. I'm disappointed in that. I don't really fuck with the verses so far. I honestly, the one thing I want to bring up from like the previous chapter is I feel like this Toga thing that they're doing, I would have much preferred Deku not being involved in. Like, I feel like if Deku helps with this fight at all, I'm going to be really disappointed because I feel like this is an opportunity for Uraraka to shine as a character, for us to see her do some real shit. But now you're going to have Deku help her out in this battle, and his danger sense is not going to work because Toga loves him. And I'm just like, I get the plot point, but it's like a waste of my time. I don't care. Like, who cares?
So the thing that made me wonder why he's actually there, I was like, is this gonna be some test your loyalty to me type shit where she actually changes into Uraraka or whatever, and whatever bunch of shit happens goes on or whatever, but then he's sitting here like, oh shit, which one is the real Uraraka? And then he ends up knocking out Toga or whatever because he's like,
stupid.
I know my babe.
That would be stupid, bro. Like, I would hate
twice build up. I mean, like, I figured that would have been the highlight. So that would piss me off if they actually did
right.
that.
I'm like, y'all easily could have dumped Deku where Tomura was and just got to that fight last, like they do in every other shonen. Like, we didn't need to like do this whole, oh, he's here now and we're gonna have to get him over there. Like, unless y'all gonna let Bakugo take the dub here, which I don't think is gonna happen, I will be like, what was the point of that?
I'll sway.
Right.
What the biggest thing that I looked at that I just can't get over, annoys me, even though he's my favorite character, the dude that copies powers.
Oh, my nigga.
Monoma.
Support.
Monoma. The fact that this nigga was like, yo, I copied your power, but I gained the ability to stare at niggas just as long as you. Like, have you ever tried that shit, nigga? Like, that's hard. That's hard.
No,
this nigga was crying.
Yeah, that's why he got somebody literally using their water powers to take all of the water out of his eyeballs.
I still don't believe.
Even with that, I think that's really hard to do. Like, in the middle of a battle, and you got to like keep a track on this nigga. I felt like that was part of the thing with Eraserhead. Is like, yo, this nigga is so skillful that he beat niggas with a band-aid and he keep his eyes open. Like, that's his skill. And this nigga like, nah, he just staring. Which
I would definitely blink.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was like, oh, everybody's life depended on if a big flash went off, I'm like, ooh, shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody dead. And if that's not the case, then that implies that Eraserhead is not as skillful as we thought, and he was one of the most skillful heroes, which means all these niggas are trash.
Right. And that's why Tomura said, hey, nigga, I respected you. I used to respect you. My problem is, like you said, once again, Monoma is another example of a character that I'm like, why are y'all using this nigga as a support mage? Like, I get it now but I feel like it was very forced due to the circumstances of the story and not necessarily where he would have been most effective. I'm like, okay, cool, using him as a portal thing. All right, great. I just like to see Monoma again because he raw. But I'm like, really? He could be up there banging with the best of them. But y'all still just like, hey, bro, we just gonna put you as support. And I'm like,
I think I know the reason behind that. You gotta have training with these powers if you're gonna be taking niggas' powers or whatever. I ain't finna just, take a nigga's super speed powers and automatically be banging with the niggas that have been training super speed for all of their life or whatever.
But he's been doing that. Training. I feel like Onoma's been doing that though. Like in the exam arc
level though.
But in the exam arc, that's what he did. He was like, oh, copy that shit, and I'm using it decent enough. Like, to me, I'm like, all right, what's the powers he's gonna take, right? if he takes any of the villain's powers, he's either going to get Dabi's super flame power, which is like, okay, maybe he doesn't have the constitution to use that. I don't even see how that would be helpful. He could take
Actually, it should
Toga's.
be better than him.
Better than Dabi?
No,
Yeah,
because
because
he'll get burned up.
But
Dabi
Dabi inherited his
specifically weak
his
constitution.
weakness. Yeah, I think that's like a second quirk is like that weakness to fire. And if he only takes the fire, he should be better than Dabi at it.
Yeah, he should definitely be able to use it without being burned. I don't know if skillful, he'll be as skillful because I'm sure Dabi trained some of these things.
But isn't that literally the reason why the nigga Endeavor wanted a kid that's half ice and half fire so that nigga wouldn't get burned? It's because they still have human flesh after all that can get burned by this shit eventually.
No, but like the thing specifically about Dabi is just that he also inherited the constitution of an ice user. So his body is actually meant for the cold. So he loses his skin because, nigga, he's not built
like
for the heat.
Double weak against it.
Yeah, what he's saying is if he took Dabi's power, he would only take the flame power and he would just have his normal human constitution, which is still better than Dabi's because Dabi's is specifically weaker than a regular humans.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even with that stronger fire or whatever, the nigga's still gonna be getting himself burned up because he's still a regular human body that's over here playing with fire.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I guess for like extensive use or like prolonged, et cetera, et cetera.
We are in a war after all,
and also
you could still use it as a reasonable weapon though in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I want to throw this out here that your boy Monoma is rated 6 out of 5 in technique and strategy.
Oh yeah,
my boy built for this, bro.
They using him wrong. They literally using this nigga as like a screwdriver when he could just go out and do shit for real.
He really the Glock, but they using my nigga like a screwdriver.
Right, like this is dumb. But
I mean, but then again, in the fight against Tomura, what do you see as the better strategy for this shit though?
I mean, he literally Tomura has a bunch of quirks. And this nigga can steal any one of them, right?
But he's deactivating some of the niggas' quirks. From what I
No, I get once again, like what I said in the beginning. I get why he's where he's at, but I feel like the story forced it to be that way. Versus like where I think if it wasn't really that circumstance where like let's say Eraserhead was at full power, didn't have lost his eye, then what would you could use Monoma for a whole bunch of other things, but the story pretty much forced it, so they had to use this nigga to replace all the shit that they don't have. And I'm just like, I guess, but I feel like there was a better way to use him.
Like, I feel like if you're going to get rid of Eraserhead, then why are we still using the power? If you're using the power, why get rid of, I consider a fan favorite character from Class B just to be an Eraserhead stand-in?
Right. Or a fucking Dark Portal stand-in. Like,
I got a curious question. If that nigga took twice his power, borrowed twice his power, would his clones be able to copy other powers? And they would just have a super army of a bunch of niggas with random powers?
Absolutely.
Twice his clones could make clones too, right?
Bro, that would be fucking disgusting.
And I think it's kind of put out there that Twice is actually like a super high level threat. That nigga is crazy. Because he's crazy, they ain't gotta like worry about it that much. But yeah, if you gave Twice power to somebody with a 6 in strats, it's over with.
Yeah. And before they killed him, pretty much he would have been a danger. I think that's why they killed him off. Because he kind of fixed that by the end, but then it was like, hey nigga, you dead now. But if he was alive, yeah, hell yeah. Whatever they transferred him to would have been a problem, because now you're fighting like 50,000 niggas, even though they regular humans, is still not easy.
Like if Twice and Monoma had a hero team, them niggas at the top of the list, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy. Just the fucking possibility.
That's a good point. And like with his whole like being able to skirt around it by touching somebody, all they need is like maybe 2 or 3 like real strong quirk niggas to like act as like basically batteries for him to unlimitedly use their powers. They should be decent, bro.
But this is
have
the thing,
Eerie
though.
Literally have Eerie as a backpack to this nigga Monoma. It's a wrap.
Here's the thing, though.
You can use her power infinitely.
We technically still do have twice his power in the show.
Yeah.
That Toga has some of that nigga's blood. If she activated that shit and then he touched her and copied that part of the power.
Who has his body?
You don't need his body,
I don't
right?
think. Well, Toga doesn't need a body.
I know she
does
doesn't.
what?
I'm just
The
saying
hero
who has his
society.
body. Like I would be grimy as it. Well, the way they try to frame the hero society is that they're not above doing dark shit. I would have stole that body.
Yeah.
Simple, but you know I don't think they're gonna go that way with it. But that would have just been the easier solve instead of trying to set up the whole Toga thing. Take this nigga twice body. Boom. Hey, you just gonna carry around this deceased hand for a while, my G. But you got his power, my nigga. Hey, bro,
Oh, no,
I
I
got
feel like
this
you gotta
dead
be
nigga
alive.
hand in my pocket.
You might have to be alive for that. I'm going to assume you have to be alive for that.
They can say it if they want to. Yeah, right. I don't remember it being called out
I mean,
nowhere.
he took the first user's quirk and that nigga did. That's all I'm saying. He didn't get nobody quirk but the first users, and that nigga long gone.
Good point. But yeah, man,
Let my boy Mortimer be great.
That's what I'm saying. Let all these characters be great. Like it's like a very clunky walk to the finish. I feel like my hero was like tripping and trying to catch themselves from falling as we're going to the finish line because everything just seems clunky. Like random heroes are getting introduced, like, but we're only seeing them in like half panels, or maybe we heard about them before, but we don't care much. I'm disappointed in the team they kind of set up to go against All For One. I don't feel like they're gonna have any success. Like, to me, the way they did Tomura, like that setup and like all that showed me it was a good way for the author to show that I am still putting respect on Tomura is far above these niggas. Like, even with the pro heroes, you guys still need a plan in place to even have a chance of beating this nigga. I didn't get that from how they fought All For One. I'm like, this nigga literally showed up and almost killed all of y'all if All Might wasn't there.
Yeah.
He showed up, almost killed all of y'all. Y'all just like, hey, we gonna send Endeavor on there. He's close now. He's not. He's never been close to All Might since all this shit has happened. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
And,
Right.
and let me just say this.
They're gonna buy 5 seconds.
I kind of feel like the initial setup with the trap, how they trapped All For One, I feel like that felt kind of sloppy. In all honesty, that seemed a bit off. Just seeing that whole thing as well. I was just curious about you guys' opinion on that, because I was like, okay, I guess.
Wait, which one would you say felt sloppy?
Just the whole way that they actually trapped all of the villains, I guess you could say.
Oh,
You know, with
split them up.
when Deku actually met against Nasal,
Aoyama.
Well.
yeah, how they met up or whatever. He was acting like he was setting up Deku when All For One came out, and he was like, "No, it's not a trap. We trapped you or whatever." And it was like, okay,
Yeah,
weird, but
to kind of answer or like give my thoughts, I personally feel like I would be extremely disappointed if this plan is as effective as they thought it was going to be, just because of the way All For One was set up as a thinker. I just can't believe that it's going to be this easy. And I'm not even talking about them just fighting these niggas split up. I'm talking about like the whole fact that they think that splitting them up was going to lead to significant success in this plan. I feel like how did All For One not think that was a possibility?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a difficult plan. It's not that confusing to think. He probably has more intel on the heroes than they have on them. I just can't buy that this split up plan is really going to be super effective. I feel like he has something else in his pocket, and then the real battle starts from there. But like, I don't know what it is.
I mean, like, low-key, based on what we currently know, unless the hero's about to pull out some other ish from the pocket, which, I mean, they definitely might. But looking at the current situation, he could literally just look at it as, it doesn't matter. Because, like, the biggest problem they were still having were the villain force versus the hero force. The villains are going to win anyway. So it's more like you're going to split them up. Sure, but what is that going to do anyway? You know what I mean? Like, you could have just looked at this whole split them up plan as almost an eventuality for when this, war or big battle is going to happen anyway. So it's just like, oh, the time the clock just got moved up based on what I was expecting. Let's get this done. So I don't even know if there's really going to be like a whole, oh, you actually fell into my trap now for All For One. It's just going to be like, yeah, let's just body you. and then like, oh, you got like one little thing else. I mean, okay, fine. Let me pull out the very last weapon that I may have been saving, but I don't know. It just feels like he may not even care because they've been kind of emphasizing a lot, but like your cockiness or whatever is going to be your undoing. But at the same time, it's more like it's not even just being cocky; it's just being realistic. Like my forces are greater than yours. That's a fact, and I'm going to show you why.
Yeah. At best, I can see the side character niggas getting dropped. Like, I can see Shoto and Dabi actually ending this fight in wherever they're set up. I can see Toga shit getting concluded, but I can't see All For One or Tomura really being done as part of where this plan stands right now. I just don't see it.
Well, to be honest, I just hope that it really does, I guess. Simply because because of such a huge break, this is like about that time, and considering what's all happening now, it's like if it ends again with another break, I'd be like, why?
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll be a break. I just think it'll be like either a change of location or just like a thing that just doesn't align with the way this plan is today. Because the way I understand the plan is, hey, we're going to split them up. Deku's going to beat Tomura. Whoever we set up to fight Toga is going to beat Toga. Whoever we set up to fight Dabi is going to beat Dabi. And basically niggas are buying time for All For One until like Tomura's defeated, because then he's technically, I guess the assumption is that All For One is getting weaker because he's transferring his body over to Tomura. So I'm guessing they're hoping that he kind of just fades out if they get the Tomura chess piece. That's just my assumption. I don't, the story may say otherwise, or like there may be something I'm missing. But that's the way I thought they planned this out. I just don't feel like the Tomura and All For One piece is going to work with the plan. I feel like those other two will. I feel like, oh yeah, Shoto will beat Dabi, lock that nigga up, we cool. Dabi's out the story because he's already culminated. We've got everything we need to get out of Dabi, and he's already acting like a psycho. So we're going to lock this nigga up, move on. Toga shit is, I love Deku. Okay, we going to culminate that shit, lock that bitch up, and move on. The other two, I don't see it.
I guess we'll have to see. And then the one thing I just thought of that, like, we don't see effing Lizard Buddy's forces there, right? So he's out there doing something low-key, too.
Oh, yeah. I just don't know how it's going to play into the story because it seemed like a very social media-esque plan. Yeah, like, oh, hey, we're going to rile up the heteromorphs. For what exactly? I don't know.
Right. So if anything, maybe that could be like the All For One back pocket to do something. Or it could be basic backup. Granted, that'd be kind of weak, but whatever.
Shit, where's this nigga Giganto Machina at? That's the other question.
That's a good question. That nigga couldn't fit in the portal.
He's caught, right? The heroes have him locked up somewhere, I thought.
Did they? They caught him? Oh, okay. I didn't know they caught that nigga.
Like during like the big rampage, they ended up catching him.
They put him to sleep.
He's been under lockup.
I remember they put the nigga to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's been locked up ever since.
You would think that the villains would have broke him out after all of the craziness that's been going on.
I guess they didn't need him. He definitely would have ended it if they freed him, but
real quick.
Story, plot point, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Locked him up.
Sleeping
Got
Beauty.
it. Anything else on My Hero? All right. Real quick on One Piece before we go to MVPs and Goofies, because I think there is some major highlights there. Just this whole CP0 shit. I actually saw someone on TikTok, and I want to get y'all perspective of. He was basically saying, like, are we going to shit on CP0 for talking that smack and basically amounting to shit in terms of the story? And I agree as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think,
I was waiting for like a very much stronger force, I suppose. I mean, because again, like they really did hype him up for like since the beginning of Wano, low key, since they hit Delucci, and I was just like, wow, they practically got beat off screen.
I'm telling you,
like, whoa,
like by Izo, who was already kind of whooped, and I didn't even put much merit behind his skill. Anyway, that could just be me and my disdain for the Blackbeard crew. I mean the Whitebeard crew, but I didn't put much respect behind Izo. So I was just like, okay, he's definitely gonna die challenging these niggas, but I did not expect him to take out two of them. with the way they be talking and moving through the story. And like you said, it wasn't even from Wano. Them niggas have been talking shit since Dressrosa. They've showed up in there and been talking hella shit and not back that shit up. I'm getting more and more disappointed with the Marines as I see them. But
I'm just trying to see if some of this should make sense, because I'm just trying to think of all of the damage that they've taken. So the big flame blob or whatever, it burned those niggas up by some extent or whatever, and they kept moving from that. Then they fought against S. Drake and Apu. And then right after that, they fought against Izo, which, remember, he is a commander of
Whitebeard's
crew. So he's not a punk bitch or anything like that.
I agree.
You know, he does have some level of streams. So it's like, I guess the thing is, we should be thinking, where did we put the CP0 as compared to commanders of a Yonko?
I never thought about them that way. The way I thought about CP0 is in comparison to the Straw Hats and CP9. So with CP9, if it wasn't for the power-ups that they had, CP9 curb stomped the Straw Hats. So to me, with the introduction of CP0, I'm already assuming you're above the level of the Straw Hats then, because they're reintroducing you guys. So to me, if Luffy's on, definitely commander level at least, these niggas are a little bit above that. Are they Yonko level? Maybe the toppest of tier of CP, whoever the strongest in CP0 is, I would expect to contend with the Yonko for sure.
Oh, everyone else that high.
The strongest, whoever the strongest member of CP0. I don't think any of them are, but whoever they saying is like this the strongest, I expect you to be able to throw hands with a Yonko 100%, because that's what Luffy's doing. So why wouldn't you be able to?
I expect
if you're stronger than Luffy.
I didn't expect them to still be stronger than Luffy after the time skip. In all honesty, well, I could. So basically, I guess realistically, I couldn't see them any stronger than Yonko Commander strength level. Okay. So let's say King, Katakuri, those types of niggas. I could
strong though.
Yeah, that's pretty damn strong. But if you're at a Yonko Commander level, I mean, how much can you actually go against a Yonko in that case? Like I'm saying, like the strongest of the CP0 would be at a commander level.
Oh, that's how you see it?
Yeah, because I can't because I can't see them being any stronger than an admiral, for example. I can't see any of them being any stronger than an admiral.
So what I would say is the way they're framing the admirals, and when I talk admirals, I'm not talking current admirals. I'm talking Aokiji, Kizaru, and Akainu. Is that at this point, those three are Yonko level. So like they should be able to easily fight a Yonko. It shouldn't be as much of a curb stomp like what it was when Akainu fought Whitebeard. But so to me, CP0, I see them like close to, or at least could talk shit to the admirals now, which means that like a Fujitora against a Kaido, Fujitora is definitely gonna lose, but can he throw hands with Kaido? Probably. He could probably send some shit his way. Akainu did it, so that's where I'm at with it. So I'm just like, CP0 has always been framed as like, hey, we're just like splinter cell of strong niggas that aren't in the Marines, but we're up there. Like you can't just come around and talk any type of shit to us. So CP0 is supposed to be the pinnacle of that, getting direct orders from the elders.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like these niggas gotta be commander level at least, I'm thinking.
Right. So I mean, if you think about it like that, and Izo already took out 2 solo dolo, I mean that alone says that our assumptions that were wrong.
Wait, he took out 2?
Right?
I thought he took out 1.
I thought he took out 2. I thought there was 3 of them. There was 3 of them there. Did Apu win?
I gotta look back again, but
I'm pretty sure there was.
I thought when Izo was walking past those niggas, there was only 2 of them.
Maybe there was only 2 when he was walking past. I know there's 3 that was on the island. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if they took the other nigga out when he fought Apu and X-Drake. But I could have sworn there was. I know there's 3 for sure that came to the island. I don't remember exactly how many, but I thought in the chapter we saw 2 bodies. Like he was finishing off the one guy, and there might have been another body from the other one already laid out. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I guess I must have been seeing that shit wrong because I thought it was 2 of them niggas the whole time.
No, there was definitely 3 that came to the island. I'm pretty sure there was 3. Now, as far as how that old shit played out with the fights and shit, who got dropped, who didn't, that I don't know.
Well, you do have to remember that those niggas were told that they had to get up out of there because the whole world was about to change after that whole fight. So one of those niggas probably said, "All right, I'll see y'all niggas later."
Yeah.
Because Big Boss just called me.
Right.
But then they called a last minute audible on the field where they said, "You know what? Change of plans. Kill that nigga Luffy."
Oh, you know what? Okay, looking back at it, Izo did meet up with 2 of them. So he only beat 1.
Oh, okay. So it was 2 of them niggas.
Like at that moment that Izo stopped CP0, it was just the 2 of them. So he beat 1, fought slightly with the other one probably.
He got dropped.
But yeah, he did get dropped.
Yeah. Oh, so there is another one there though.
Yeah,
What happened to him?
Just more, no,
so there's a guy with the mask that he just dropped. He tried to finger bomb and died. But then in the next panel, this is chapter 1041. There's a guy. There's another dude on the phone. I'm guessing receiving the message from the elders. That's not the nigga that showed up to in this current chapter. There's another nigga with the same similar mask to the other motherfucker.
So that nigga just been watching everything the whole time. He didn't even throw hands with anybody.
So I don't know who the fuck he is, but yeah, whatever. Either way, I do think that I've lost a lot of respect for them, and collectively it makes me lose more respect for the Marines. And it's more disappointing because they've just been around for so long in this new time skip to like basically not even see them really fight and them just basically do some bullshit. It's kind of like, what was the point of even seeing them,
True. I mean, minus that. Actually, that's the last question I guess I have for the last chapter was what literally happened in that interaction there when like the CP0 guy showed up.
So basically, he came up to try to. He came up.
Yeah, I can tell you.
He came up as if he was about to attack Luffy, but he's basically just trying to distract Luffy so that Kaido could come over and smack his ass. He basically tried to do the same move that that old girl did to Odin. Way back when she distracted Odin, and Odin looked over like, "Huh?" And then Kaido smacked his ass.
That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, so basically Kaido is about to get pissed because he was like, "You helped me beat this nigga when I..."
Literally the exact same thing that happened with Odin just happened to him again. So now he's about to go into an even deeper depression. Because
he gonna kill that CP0 nigga. CP0 nigga is done.
Yeah,
I would Soru the fuck out of there if I was there. I would have been Tekai Soru. I'm gone. I'm out that bitch, bro.
But that nigga Kaido got future vision. He gonna be like, "Oh, you thought you were gonna dip? I saw you coming.
I feel you
in the future."
Hey, look, that's not gonna
snap your neck off.
That's not gonna stop me from making the attempt. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm still gonna make the attempt. Gotta get the fuck out of there.
That nigga ain't for the iron body his way out of that shit. That's for sure.
Right. The only other thing I'll bring up real quick is just like I am very interested in whatever the fuck they're gonna explain about Zunisha when they finally get to it. And then the other thing is like I hope Orochi is actually dead. Like I do not care about this Orochi side story. I know he's not because I feel like we're still gonna see him use his devil fruit. So I feel like Kinemon or Momonosuke are gonna be the one that actually deliver the "this nigga's done now" blow. But I was hoping that Kuro Masaki shit would have just been like, "Hey, he's done now," because I'm just tired of like the random interruptions he causes. He's not like it doesn't ever do anything. He's just like a interrupt in the story. It's just like, "Oh hey, and here's Orochi being Orochi," and then we go back to the other shit we care about.
Well, I think a lot of people felt the same way about Raizo and Fukurokuju. How them niggas were just...
Oh, yeah. With the fire battle?
You let it go. No, you let it go. No, you let it go.
To me, that was mildly more interesting than anything Orochi was doing. Orochi was literally just sitting around talking shit. That's
If
it.
anything, the rise though was just kind of like that typical comedy scene that you see in One Piece every now and then. Because you
Right.
know when animated, it's just gonna be like low key, just straight
Funny as hell.
Like, oh man, that fire ain't hot. Yeah, I know
It's
it's
a-
you, motherfucker. And then it's like,
It's a Frankie Man battle. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Those Frankie Man battles be fucking hilarious, bro. But yeah, that's all I had to add for One Piece. Anybody got anything else?
Is Zoro temporarily dead?
I didn't get that either, bro. Like, what was that attacked him? Y'all saw that, right? I'm not tripping. There was like
My
a
nigga.
ghost
oh, you
bitch.
mean like
That's the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper. Yeah.
He said he's gonna have to become the king of hell if he wants to take over that sword. So that nigga Death, aka the king of hell, said, "Yo, you want my spot? You want this crown?
Run out.
All right,
Interesting.
take it."
Yeah, I didn't even read into it like that. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I know he's not dead. Like, he's definitely gonna
Yeah. Well, yeah.
be a character in the story.
They killed off Zoro. Let's just imagine
Yeah.
just the whole community response to Zoro dying right now.
Some niggas would drop the series.
Oh yeah.
I might. And I'm not even a Zoro fan, but I might, just because I'm like, well, that was one of the interesting fights that now is like gone, and now I have to watch Sanji fight. I'm good.
Yo, I was thinking about some shit low key because you know how basically supposedly Zoro and Sanji are supposed to be like very close to like equal to each other, or whatever. I feel like low key this Zoro fight against King was basically Zoro training on how to fight against Sanji, because literally everything that King had in his pocket is what Sanji has in his pocket now.
But better.
Super strong fire. Sanji just unlocked that shit. Extremely durable body. Sanji just unlocked that shit.
Hey, did our boy
Ability
already
to
know
fly.
how to cut fire?
Sanji has that shit. Say what?
Did Zoro already learn how to cut fire before this arc happened?
He learned it from Kinemon.
Oh, okay, so you already learned it, yeah.
So he just learned it recently. But the thing is, how strong of a fire are you able to cut? That matters, because that plays into your his conqueror's haki that he had to use in order to cut that fire that he did against King. So I kind of feel like Zoro basically just had a whole training fight on how to beat Sanji if they actually had to do a fight some point in the future, whereas Sanji just took an easy W against some robot nigga.
Right. And I don't even think he needed the training arc for Sanji, to be honest. I'm sorry. I still feel I've not, since the time skip has started, I've not at one point or one moment ever felt like Sanji was stronger than Zoro. Before then, you might have had made a case on certain cases, but like since time skip, I've not looked at any scenes or power ups, niggas hyping up the raid suit and all this. I've never been like, oh yeah, this makes him stronger than Zoro or like on his level. Not seeing it.
Oh, you're saying he still ain't even close?
I wouldn't say not close. I just would say he's not beating that nigga right now. That's it. Oda can make it as close as he wants, but I think Zoro eventually takes out the dub in every case. Like this nigga Sanji is now known, but like I guarantee you he's not gonna get worst generation clout after this battle. I don't think he's not had it. I don't think they're gonna give it to him. Also because the worst generation now are like, bro, Big News picked the wrong place to join, bro. Big News should have came to Wano. If Big News came to Wano, the stories he got, Kid and Law both dropped the Yonko. Like, Luffy's on his way to, but watching that, nah, bro. Sanji's still like, if anything, it was like Sanji caught up and then they were like, nope, we jumping again. So, fuck him, bro. He could beat Capone. I'll give him that. He probably could beat Capone. Fuck him.
You never know. If he's doing his own side ish, he might be coming up too.
All right. Fuck
him.
him.
On his own grind, dude. You never know.
Yeah. All I'll say for at least for my cap on the One Piece stuff, however this Kaido fight plays out, we finally got like sort of a new move from Luffy, I guess, in the Kong style. I think that was new. But like I need either a new animal form or something else to close this battle out. Like I would be really disappointed if I see him close this out with Bounce Man or Snake Man. Like
that's
give me
the thing,
Tiger
though,
Man
niggas,
or some other shit.
Well, but that's the thing though. Niggas are expecting him to awaken his devil fruit now. You know the whole issue with the Gorosei was like, yo, yo, it's been a long ass time since that devil fruit got awakened. You know, they were trying to make it all mysterious or whatever. And
But
then
I felt like he
after
would.
that, a little bit after
Go
that,
ahead.
the Gorosei was like, "Yo, kill Luffy right now." It's probably
Right.
because they were talking. They're trying to, at least Oda is trying to hint that whatever devil fruit that they were talking about is Luffy's devil fruit getting ready to awaken.
I thought they were talking about Zunisha because I thought like right after they said
I
that,
thought
then
that
they
too.
showed Zunisha. So I was like, oh, okay, there's that. If they are worried about his fruit awakening, that's whatever. My thing is, I thought Kaido was already seasoning that because, especially in this chapter, because he was like, "You're doing shit rubber doesn't do." Like I felt like him calling that out was hinting that either this nigga is using awakening or and not realizing it, or about to start using that shit. Because he was just like, rubbers don't have these properties. And he didn't say it was hockey. So I'm like, okay, this must mean this is some other new shit. It is
I
what
ain't
it
gonna
is.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like Guild 4 low key in my head is awakening to be able to just bounce shit
That's
off
what I
of
would have
anything
thought.
or whatever. It sounds like awakening to me.
Right. Because even like the way we're seeing it across, like, Kid used his awakening, right? And his awakening was just like assigning, I can assign my magnetism to other motherfuckers, which I'm like, cool. They still make you use it like shit. Like Kid is just always like, here's this giant metal thing. Throw this giant metal thing at this giant thing. Like, okay, whatever. And then Law shit, I don't know if those things he's moving, like the Gamma Knife and these like Gamma Knife-esque moves are considered awakenings, but I guess he has it too. Like to me, the awakenings have been pretty like meh. I wouldn't say there was any that really
As compared to
shocked me.
Doflamingos, right?
Even Don Flamingos, I don't think it was like. I wouldn't say it was shocking. Was it powerful? I'm not saying it's not
I
powerful.
thought it was.
Oh,
I mean, like based on how I was interpreting that awakening, is that Buddy was literally able to turn anything to string and have complete control over it.
Yeah, I
And
thought
on
that
a
was a
grand scale. I mean, to me, that was pretty huge.
I thought that was a hell of a awakening. In all honesty,
no, what I'm saying is like I just wasn't. I don't want to say impressed. I just wasn't wowed by it. Like I wouldn't say that it didn't mean what it meant. I'm not saying it's not powerful. I'm just saying like I was just like okay, because to me the way I'm looking from awakenings is I'm trying to find the common thread that will help me explain what this power system is. I'm at the point where now I understand Oda's never giving it to me. It's just going to mean different things for different people. But the way I was looking at Don Flamingo's awakening was, is this awakening across the board? And I think that's where everyone kind of started. Like when he did that, niggas was like, oh, so is everybody's awakening just going to be like whatever attribute I control, I can turn the world into that? But then it doesn't make sense for things like Logias because that's what they already kind of do in a way. And then, various paramecias or like abilities like Law and Kid are very unique in that it wouldn't make sense to have that be the ability. So I don't know. To me, I'm starting to give up more and more on trying to understand the power system of One Piece. Because if I remember, we've had like hour-long conversations about why Law's room doesn't work, and then magically that shit worked on Big Mom. You know what I mean? Like it was just like there was no answers as to why. It wasn't like, oh, he got hockey strong enough for it to work. We had like hour-long debates about these power systems, and Oda always just goes, "It worked."
Let's be real. Law's devil fruit power is broken as all hell because that nigga
sure
has
is.
like 20 devil fruit powers in one.
Right.
That nigga has Buggy's devil fruit power. He has Corazone's sound devil fruit power. He has all kinds of shit. It's fucking crazy.
I'm telling you. No, I feel you on that, and I agree. But it's just like Oda's not writing a power system. He's just writing abilities that allow the story to move forward. But he's not writing a real power system. You can't take One Piece's power system and like legitly explain to me the rules of how that works.
Yeah.
Only on certain concepts. Hey, if you have hockey, you could touch Logia. That's it.
Every fruit is its own power system in itself. So
Exactly. And he doesn't spend much time really giving you the details of that shit either. It's just
And they
That's it.
probably combine with hockey in different ways as well.
right.
yeah. So yeah, that's it on One Piece for me. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, MVPs and Goofies. I need to think on mine, so whoever got theirs can go first.
I'll go ahead and start. All right. MVP. I'm going to give it to Dr. Stone. the whole manga overall because it was a fun ride, and I'm very glad to say that we're at the end of a manga, and it wasn't a huge disappointment. I guess MGG, when you start yours, we can talk a bit more on if you wanted to about the whole Dr. Stone ending. But I felt like the whole, I guess this is like an alien entity. They're not sure who created them, just like how humans are not sure who created us in that sense. So it's like they're looking for
That was a
way
good counter.
they're looking for a way to unlock immortality, and they're just jumping from planet to planet trying to find a way to unlock immortality. They're basically just an alien. They're just a robotic alien who's trying to leech off of the intelligence of whatever planets they go to try to find immortality. I'm like, oh my bad, Juggy. You probably should have. I probably should have gave you a spoiler warning
It's all
in that aspect.
I just like it's all good.
But I felt pretty satisfied with that. I was like, oh, so that's the whole reason for this whole story. I can vibe with that. And then the ending, it just didn't end on some complete bullshit type of stuff. They got a piece of that alien where they can try to solve the mystery of where this thing's powers come from and advance technology of the whole planet even further.
Yeah.
So I felt satisfied with the whole story overall.
I would just
go ahead.
I'll just add that was a good counter though. Like I liked when they were talking to Wyman, and then spoiler, I guess. He was like, they were like, "Oh, where do you come from? Who created you?" He was like, "Do y'all niggas know who created you?" And they were like, "Oh, you right, nigga, you right."
I was like,
that's a great counter.
Ooh, bars.
I was like,
Ooh,
that's a great
bars.
counter to some human shit. Because we love to be asking these questions like, you don't know all this? And he was like, wait a minute, do you? It was like, oh, yeah, you're right. We don't know. Makes sense.
Right? Who is God?
Yeah.
So I fucked with that. But then my Goofy, go ahead and switch gears. I'm gonna bring it back. Fuecoco. That Pokemon design is trash. Get that shit out my face, bro. And it's not Charmander. Do not fucking compare them. The only comparison between the two is that they're probably both lizards and that they're both fire type. Fuck whatever you gotta say, MGG, and play the fire. They're not the same. Fuecoco is hot trash. Charmander is cute as fuck.
Charmander, my Goofy, bro.
I'll go ahead and go. I respect you, even though it's a wild take. Both my MVP and my Goofy are from The Legend of Vox Machina. My MVP is No Mercy Percy, aka Percy DeRollo. He's basically this character that uses like these pistols, and then you find out that he's kind of like demon possessed. So he's like Batman, except like a demon gave him the smarts to be able to make a pistol in a fantasy world. So it's like the demon gave him all the power to take out his vengeance. All the demon want is for the nigga to take out the vengeance. And I put respect on that nigga because he don't do none of that like, oh, okay, I forgive you. Like, nah, nigga, Blick, see you in hell, bro. Like, so respect for him. Disrespect on Vox Machina, who is my Goofy, not the show Legends of Vox Machina, but their party, which is named Vox Machina. Because they did this trope, and I hate this trope. If you have a character like Percy who's like, yo, I'm the vengeance seeker, and you see this nigga blinking people up the whole show, you cool. Oh, use that gun the whole show, everything cool. But the moment my man finds the niggas that kill his family, the moment he about to put bullet to skull, everybody want to hop in the way like, no, remember your humanity. Man, fuck all that, bro. I'm on the cusp of my vengeance. Niggas getting shells. And I think that anybody that does that in any show, I hate this trope. Why did you not go try and get them therapy when you heard them talking about how all they want to do is kill the niggas that killed their parent? Why you want to wait until the day they about to blick the niggas and start having a heart? Fuck that shit. Goofy.
That's fair.
That's fair. Fuck, I do not have a movie right now. Yeah, I can
I,
go last. Go ahead.
all right. So I've been watching a lot of DC stuff lately, and I watched two movies, and both of them are giving my Goofy and my MVP respectively. I watched Injustice, which people said was a bad movie for some reason. I thought it was solid. I have to give respect to Batman for his performance in Injustice, and it goes to one scene. At one point, so Injustice, the plot is basically is Superman becoming evil or like a dictator of the world. So at this point, Superman's pretty much, the shit's happened, and he's on the transition. He's made an announcement to the world, hey bro, you fighting, I'm pulling up and I'm murking all of y'all. How about that? So the world's starting to stop fighting. And then in this movie, Damian exists. So Damian's with the Batman party of shit. Damien hears this and he's like, yo, this is making sense because he comes from Ra's al Ghul. That was kind of his ideology. He's starting to go like, this is what I've been waiting for. A nigga who's just like, yeah, we gonna stop saving these villains. We gonna kill these motherfuckers. He started talking that shit to Batman. He like, Batman's about to fly off to go do some shit. He started talking that shit to Batman. Hey, Batman, what you doing is stupid. I thought that shit was dumb from day one. Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Nightwing is in the background like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that, Damian. That's your dad, blah, blah, blah. Batman just closes the window on him and flies the fuck off. I'm just like, yo, Batman, no. He already know what he was going to do. Mind you, Batman's the one that ends up saving the day at the end of the movie. But he knew at that moment, like, Batman has that confidence in self of just like, say whatever the fuck you want to say, goofy nigga. I know how this is going to play out. And he just dipped on this motherfucker. And at the end, Damian ends up doing more dumb shit. Batman ends up going, see, I told you, nigga. And then the movie goes on to where it goes on at. I just fucked with that, like, level of gives no fucks energy that they love to put Batman in, especially in those movies. Much respect to him for that. The other one I watched was Justice Society or some shit like that. Basically, Flash does some more time shit, ends up in another universe where it's like World War II, Wonder Woman exists, and a couple of other like lesser named DC superheroes, and they're fighting.
Aquaman?
Yeah, they're fighting like Nazis and shit. But this isn't Flashpoint. Aquaman does show up and she fights him, but it's not like Flashpoint fighting. Aquaman's like mind controlled by some Nazi leader, and basically he does what in effect is like a nuclear attack on an American city. He basically summons all of these underwater creatures and just attacks a city. And if you see the way the violence and stuff is going on, you're like, this is effectively the Nazis dropping a nuclear bomb on the U.S. Funniest part about it, though, and my shout out to my wife for bringing this up to me, is Jay Garrick is there. So like Flash is there, and then Jay Garrick is in this universe as the Speedster. So he has like the silver hat, whatever the fuck. If you know Jay Garrick, you know him. If you don't, it doesn't matter. So he's in this battle. They had some speed issues before, but it's fixed at this point. There's this crab, gigantic. I'm talking about the size of a building, probably a 2-3 story house. That's how big this crab is. This crab is able to move as fast as Jay Garrick. For about 10 minutes, we're watching this gigantic fucking crab chase this nigga around the city. And at first, I was just watching and laughing. And then my wife brings up, she was like, the Flash is getting chased right now. That shouldn't be happening. And I was dying laughing the entire time. Because literally, this nigga is running for his... Imagine a speedster running for his life. That's what Jay Garrick was doing in this town. He was like, oh shit. And this gigantic ass crab, it's a crab, was fucking chasing this nigga up buildings, around shit. I was dying laughing. But he's a goofy, bro. I've never seen a speedster chased before. So I gotta give him Goofy for that.
How the fuck is this crab that fast though? That's the real
Bro, you have to watch that movie and see how that crab was chasing this thing. You will die laughing, bro. If I find a clip of it, I'll post it in the chat. That shit was hilarious.
Damn.
That sounds fun.
Chase this motherfucker around the city. Jay Garrick didn't know what to do.
Okay. Who's my? Oh, okay. I think I got a Goofy now. But anyways, for MVP, I know I've been given. I think this character I've been given MVP more times than I've gave any character MVP, but I gotta give it again to Mash from Magic and Muscles. because my God, if y'all
Rock
ain't
Lee.
reading this manga now, y'all need to read it for so many reasons. But bro, this mother effer was fighting again. Like he got no magic, fighting up against wizards with like broken magic, right? He's literally just fighting with just physical feats, just pure physical feats. His buddy is fighting against a mage that pretty much has magic on scale with like Poseidon. Water magic, hardcore water magic, can like hit you with tidal waves, hit you with water lasers, incredible water pressure, etc., etc., etc. Buddy started beating him by moving fast enough to take a bucket and consistently take out water from the battle arena fast enough before Water Buddy even realized that he was dealing with gallons and gallons and gallons less than what he was dealing with. We're talking about doing thousands of these pails in like seconds, like quick. And he just does it as like a joke. He's like, ugh. And like, cause like you low-key also be seeing an after image of him not moving while he's still doing the paling of the water. It was just like, bro,
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
They even shout out Rock Lee.
thing in the world to just see that. He's like, oh yeah, just to give like my opponent some, like comfort. I'm just going to chill here as an after image while low-key paling all of this water. He's like, wait, my water god used to be like 5 stories, now it's only 2. What's happening right now? And like his homie just looking in the background like, this buddy really is moving mind-blindingly fast. And I don't know, it's just this motherfucker is just hilarious, bro. Like the physical feats he can do are truly ridiculous. Like we've seen some fast mother effers, but I think this might take the cake if you actually do some math with it. I don't know. Player 5, you might have to read it just to see what I'm talking about for real. But this speed is like, I mean, Flash is fast, but I mean, he's got to be at least up there with him.
He opened the second gate, y'all. Like, they nodded to Naruto in Mash.
Oh,
like,
no,
this
by a
nigga
lot of
literally
reasons.
had leg weights on, dropped them motherfuckers just like Rock Lee. 2
And-
giant pillars. He turned black, basically. His skin got darker, and he started drawing niggas at top
And, like,
speed, bro.
That's another point too. Homie was using the effing Neji technique too. Did you catch that, Loki?
Oh, yeah, he
So,
did.
like,
He
the
did
2
64
fists, and then
pumps.
the 4 fists, and then the
He went to like 256, I think, or like
he went to,
or
like,
1028.
thousands. No, he
Yeah.
did like thousands. And I'm like just
That nigga was
blinding
wild, bro.
punches. It was like, my God, this guy's a monster. Get this animated ASAP.
I'm telling you, better than One Punch Man, in my opinion. I'm just calling that out.
But woo, that mother was just a real one. But anyways, he definitely got my MVP again, and then Goofy for the reasons we already talked about. But CP0, it's like
Fuck
the
y'all.
organization itself. So I mean, we don't got to rehash it, but yeah, they should have came with a lot more smoke. But
Fuck them niggas, bro. All right. Well, that is it for this episode of the podcast. Thanks for rocking with us. We will catch y'all in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
until next time.
Peace.